And I think we're live.
So, hello and welcome to the third round of the Stockholm Chess Challenge, sponsored by Data Response. And I'm Ellen, and this is Martin, and we are going to do commentary again.
Yeah.
And for the next, 6 rounds also.
Exactly.
So you can tune in every day and follow the games.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start about discussing who do you actually predict will win the tournament.
Yeah, we got a question on YouTube, and we didn't see it in time probably because we don't check the chat on YouTube. But we actually got a question: who do we think will win the tournament, and who do you think will score a norm in the tournament?
Yeah.
So I think you should start.
I think that Blomqvist will win the tournament. He's a good friend, and I think I feel like he's doing well. Started with 2 good, smooth games, and now he got white against one of the favorites. So I think that's a good start.
Well, I might root for Blomqvist to win the tournament, but I'm a bit pessimistic. And
Why?
I don't know, I feel like he hasn't won a tournament in a while, actually.
No, I know. That's why I feel like it's his tournament, He said to us at lunch, I come here to crush the other guy's norm chances. I feel that's a good...
We had lunch with Blomqvist, so we got in-depth information on his plans and his we know a little bit about what he was planning for this game as well. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the only thing he said was I'm here to crush the other guy's norm chances. So I like that spirit.
Yeah.
So.
But today he can't. Well, this round he can't because he's playing another Grandmaster. He's playing Stupak.
Yeah, I know. So about the norm chances, I think this Indian guy, Soham.
Soham?
That's Soham.
Didn't he lose the first game? Against the lower rated?
Ah, he did.
I think he lost against the 2100 player from...
the other Indian guy?
No, I think he lost to... What's his name? Siddharth.
Ah, yeah. But he might make a norm.
Yeah. I don't think any Swedish player has ever scored a norm in this tournament.
No, that was also why I started with the Indian players.
I think there's a Russian guy, Stefan Pogosyan, who scored an international master norm. Isn't that like the only norm ever to be scored in this tournament?
It is a tough tournament, but okay, we have some very solid grandmasters, and they are beating each other
Yeah,
the
and
young kids.
I think one of the problems is there are a lot of young, talented players that are very low rated here.
Yeah.
And they're really strong enough to beat the 2300 guys, but they're usually not strong enough to beat the grandmasters and so score the norms themselves.
So nobody
makes a norm. I think Bogosian scored a norm, but that's the only guy.
Maybe the grandmasters are strong enough to make an IM norm.
Yeah. So
it doesn't really help.
So you think maybe Siddharth?
Yeah, he was the guy I was thinking of.
Well,
of course, there are some other potential players. Jung Min, of course, but he gotta make a good result this game for it to be possible.
Yeah, he's playing a very tough game today.
Yeah,
and he's playing against the winner of this tournament. If you're asking me, I think Mayoro will win this tournament.
Why not Stupak?
I don't know. I've been more impressed when I've seen Mayoro's games than Stupak's. I think Stupak plays
very creative.
Very creatively, but also maybe not always so correctly.
Yeah.
Mayoro wins are usually much more clean, I think. So I've been more impressed with Mayoro's games, and I think he will win the tournament.
So far.
Yeah, but he played last year as well. So I see some of his games. So yeah, and when it comes to norms, of course, I would like him to score his first IM norm. He's been so close several times now.
And he's talking a lot about it.
Yeah, I think it would mean so much to him if he scored a norm. And he started very well with 2 out of 2 here. He's playing an important game today. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. Otherwise, I'm not sure who.
Okay, but we forgot something. This female Indian player, she of course can also score female norms.
Oh yeah, I don't actually know the rules for them.
I don't know either. I think it's enough that you play like other title players. It doesn't have to be female title players.
Yeah,
so
that's like
So-
women's international master norm. Or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely should have a good chance. Otherwise, I'm not sure if this dev. I can't remember all the games actually.
No, but he won in the first round and lost in the second, right?
Right, but he still beat someone good in the first round.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's really early to talk about. We need to see some results first.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, this is a guessing game. It's round 2.
Yeah. Should we make some kind of bet on the results of of this round?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so should we start from the top? Blomqvist is playing Stupak.
I'm calling that Blomqvist. I'm calling it's a draw.
Yeah, me too. Knowing Blomqvist,
It's a draw.
there are 3 grandmasters in this tournament. They're playing each other. A draw is a good result for both of them.
Yeah.
Mayorov against Jungmin Seo.
Mayorov will win.
I'm gonna go for a draw, because otherwise I might get fired. No, but I think he can play well. And this is the kind of position that I think he's.
You have some insights to his play.
I do.
This one, I think Martin hasn't impressed me very much.
He won. Well, to be honest, not a very good game against Hugo.
Yes, exactly. So it feels like.
Yeah, but on the other end, Das lost to a 2100 player yesterday. So.
Yeah, it's true, but it was an Indian guy. So no, it was the Indonesian guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a white win here.
Yeah, me too.
Because I know that Jugstad didn't play very well in. Was it Reykjavik? I think it was Reykjavik. I think he lost a lot of rating points. He hasn't played well this tournament so far. I think there are no signs of him showing
His best form.
Yeah.
So here I'm going to come with a crazy result and say it's going to be a draw.
Is that a crazy result?
No, but like on the sheet, she's like 300 points lower.
I thought you were gonna say a white win.
400 points lower, even. A white win, I think it's maybe too ambitious, but I feel like she will definitely make a draw.
It's a good bet. I'm not even. I could consider going for a white winner because I've been very impressed with her play. But
yeah, so
okay,
far
I'm gonna go with a black win. I'm gonna stick it safe. Actually,
stick it safe.
Yeah, I would have gone for a draw if you didn't say a draw. But how about Kenneskog Siddharth?
Why am I rooting for all the underdogs? So, but okay, Kenneskog, he played decently last game.
Yeah.
So maybe he really wants to win, and I'll say a white win.
I think I'll go for a draw here as well. Have I been saying a lot of draws?
Yes, it's very unlike you.
No, but I mean, Kenneskog is high rated, but Siddharth, I think I've been playing okay. I mean, the game this morning wasn't that great, but he won a nice game.
I think
yesterday.
Khan is going to win. Because he needs to start winning some games if he's really thinking about making a norm.
I think so too.
So
I think the accident in the first round didn't
bring him down, but rather he's going to fight more.
Yeah.
I think so too. He got a lot of fighting spirit.
I actually don't know much about him. I've never really spoken to him, but I've been impressed by the games I've seen so far, usually. Then we have the young Norwegian guy, Kvaløy, playing another Nidorf, it seems, against Fischer.
So Fischer has lost 2 games, and he might...
No, he made a draw this morning.
He did?
Yeah, didn't he? In the endgame with the pawn up.
Ah, it's true, it was a draw.
Yeah.
So he got a half a point, and Kvale only played one game but lost. But I'm going to say it's a white win in this game.
Then
But you're rooting for the little Norwegian kid.
I am.
It's going to be a sunshine story, 9 years old or 8. You need to look up his
I'm
age.
gonna go for a draw here.
Fighting his way through this tournament.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a draw. And I
Like
also think Fischer came here to get some
experience.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I think he was here to score, and I am Norman. He didn't start off well, so
No,
I
it
think he
doesn't
might
matter.
be a bit demotivated.
No, I
which
don't
can
think so.
happen.
I think he'll fight.
Of course, I
fighter
hope.
spirit.
Edwin Trost against Ojas Kulkarni.
Yeah, so Trost is the Swedish kid.
Yep.
And I haven't really seen a lot of his games, so I don't know much about his play. Maybe you...
Yeah, I've seen some games. I think his playing strength is a bit... He can play very good, but he can also play quite bad, I think.
Like
when he's not in good
everyone.
shape. Yeah, but I mean, he's a bit unstable, I think, in the
Ah.
results. He can play very, very good sometimes. And other games he doesn't really show his best. But I'm gonna go for a black win here.
Yeah.
Edwin didn't play well this morning. I think he can play much better than that.
I'm going to say the same. Not to be... but this one is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, on last board we have Krevatin playing against Hugo Wernberg.
So, I think that Leo is really tired of losing, and he's a good player. So I think he's going to man up and win this game. And I know you look at this position and think it's boring, and Hugo is very good when it's boring positions, but I think Leo has more experience, and it's going to show.
It's kind of funny that I've played a very, very similar position against Leo. But I'm gonna go for a draw.
Yeah.
I think Hugo is solid enough to make a draw in that game.
You're welcome to join our bets. You can write in the chat if you have some
but please don't
predictions.
not the YouTube chat. We can't read that.
And,
we have like Chess24 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have Chess24, or you can comment in the local Swedish chat if you want to. I'll also check that.
Yeah.
And
So
so
should we start off with the
yeah,
games?
I just wanted to say that in general we start commentating half an hour into the games.
Oh yeah.
So we started a little early, so we had time to talk about
And to compensate for failing with with the technical stuff yesterday.
the first game. So we're just talking a little bit extra.
Yeah.
So
First board?
I think we should start from the top, yeah.
Yeah. Also because we
We
know
know
a little
stuff.
bit about what Blomqvist had prepared, because he was sitting on my computer.
He was like sitting at lunch with his phone preparing, and I was laughing at him and said it was very unserious to sit with his phone and just press move 1 on every variation. So
That's how I usually prepare.
yeah, but so Martin offered to lend him his computer, and he was sitting here in the studio and preparing. So
Maybe I'm a little bit biased helping my domestic friends with the preparation.
it's allowed. It's allowed. It's part
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe they have some crazy seconds in Belarus helping them.
I doubt it. Well,
Okay.
anyway, we got the French defense, and speaking from what we heard at lunch, Kirill plays the French a lot.
Yes.
And I know that Blomqvist, it was quite interesting. When he was younger, he played so aggressive variations. There were like sharp Najdorf, he always played a dragon with black. He kept attacking and sacrificing stuff, and now he's like the most boring player.
Ever.
Not ever, but I mean...
Yeah.
He
Plays very
he's
solidly and
extremely
slow
solidly,
games.
but still ambitiously, I would say.
Yeah.
When you look, I mean, he has played, of course, e takes d5, like many people have played lately, and going for these seemingly very dry positions. But I mean, he's not playing it to make a draw.
No, he's definitely the
Yeah.
kind of player who's just playing, the position.
Yeah.
Trying to...
But he's playing extremely positional nowadays.
Mm,
And
that's
then
good.
knight d2 suits him quite well,
yeah.
if you don't want to take on d5. So black plays c5, of course, one of the main moves.
Yeah.
He takes d5.
And he took with the pawn.
He took with the pawn instead of queen
queen.
takes d5.
So I think queen takes d5 is the main move, but a lot of players also take with the pawn.
Yeah.
But it's quite different.
I think that Blomqvist played this 2 years ago in the same tournament with white. And instead of the main move knight f3, he took on c5. And I think he won a nice game against another grandmaster.
Ah. But these queen d5 lines, there's a lot of theory, and yeah, maybe he didn't want to prepare to concrete stuff. So,
well, what we get here is, well, most likely we'll get an isolated pawn.
Yes.
Because these pawns on d4 and c5 will most likely be exchanged. And then black will have to try to play actively. Otherwise we have this, like we mentioned this morning,
Yeah.
the d5 pawn can become a long-term weakness.
But it's good because then we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
General principles and so on.
Actually, this stuff I haven't seen before. Queen e7, bishop e2. I'm not familiar with exactly this, but I mean they're playing quite quickly, so obviously they are.
It must be.
Yeah. And we should mention that it's not really a free pawn, because white will just play knight b3 at some point and pick it up. So knight f6 castle. White is trying to claim that the queen is bad on e7, blocking the bishop to go out, so black moves it anyway, and we get this position. They've been playing quite quickly actually. Knight b3, attacking the bishop, has to go back, and bishop g5, attacking the knight, putting some pressure on d5. Black castles, and if white were to take here and take on d5, black wouldn't lose a pawn because there's a pawn hanging on b2.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But c3?
Yeah, and now you're actually threatening to win a pawn.
So
and thus bishop e6. Knight to. I actually like the word thus. I always use it in essays. It feels like the teacher will like it if you use furthermore, thereafter. All these
nevertheless.
All of those words are great in essays, I think.
But okay, this must be some kind of theory, but
I'm not sure if it's theory actually. I think all of the positions just look similar.
Okay.
Because I mean this stuff with queen e7.
But I think why block your rook on f8? Don't you?
Oh, you mean that he should have played f? I think if he plays this rook, then maybe white can consider taking on e6.
Aha.
And then just claiming that the rook should have been on f8 instead.
You might be right, but it seems a little bit strange because usually you want a rook on d8 and one on e8, right?
Isn't that the unanswered question of chess?
Where the rooks are supposed to be.
No one ever knows. There have been books written about the subject. Well, maybe not books, but at least chapters. I think there's a
No, but it's really difficult. And also, in general, just pick one.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say white's slightly better.
Yeah, but also the thing is, so now if we talk about the isolated pawn, in general, the person defending is really happy to switch off pieces because...
Who would you say is defending?
Not defending, but playing against the isolated pawn.
Yeah, thus white in this position.
Thus white in this position wants to switch off pieces because it's more difficult to be active if you have less pieces. So you in general try to switch off all the light pieces like the knights and the bishops, and then you try to keep the rook and the queen and put pressure on this d5 pawn. And so far, Blomqvist has managed to do that and is going to play some calm game where he just tries to win this pawn.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean there will be a lot of maneuvering stuff here. Bishop f1 and so on. maybe try to double on the d-file somehow.
Definitely.
But I think that white has sort of gotten a decent version of the isolated pawn, because we're getting a bit closer to the dream ending with a very good knight on d4 against the bad bishop on e6. So I think white has done well so far. Maybe even bishop d3 to just put pressure on the knight is a decent alternative, but then bishop g4.
Also, often black or the player with the isolated pawn tries to push it, but it's completely blocked, so it's not going to happen here. So black needs to activate his pieces in some other way.
I think the good thing for black here is the active knight on e4,
yes,
which is kind of annoying for white. And like I mentioned, I tried to get rid of it with bishop d3, but then I realized bishop g4 is a bit annoying.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe you can play it a little bit slower with white.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of time to maneuver and stuff. Maybe just h3. Yeah.
So this is going to be a long maneuvering game, which I like.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I'm not a big fan of these positions for either color, actually.
It's funny because I'm neither. I don't like having the isolated pawn because I don't like playing active, but I don't like playing against the isolated pawn because I feel very restricted, and I know like all the problems and tactics are appearing, so it's like a lose-lose situation for me.
Yeah, it's sort of similar to me. I mean, I can play them, but I mean, I would prefer something else.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. Like you study all these chapters about how to play against and with, and every time there's something not working out. Okay, but I think we should move on and say it will be interesting.
Definitely.
So
should we look at Mayorov Seo?
I think so.
Just 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is working as it should, because we have experienced technical problems before. I mean, the first time I did this tournament, I actually did commentary for 2 hours before I realized that it wasn't on. Yeah, I forgot to push the starting button. That was a bit.
So basically, you were talking to yourself for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like a.
Imagine the feeling when you realize it.
Yeah. Yeah, not good. Not good. Okay, so I guess everything is fine.
Yeah, no one is.
Yeah, and I keep on saying that you should leave a comment if anything should be changed, or you want us to talk about something else than we are doing, and you're not, so I guess we're doing it completely perfectly.
Yeah. Must be perfect.
Exactly.
Mayorov, Seo, and e6.
I used to play this move order.
I've
D4.
never seen him play the French, but
D4. Jungmin?
Yeah.
So what would he do with e4 here?
I don't know. Remains to be seen.
But he didn't play e4. What a shame.
No.
So
but that's a good thing. I mean, many people used to play this move order against me because I used to play the Trompowsky. And then sometimes I would just play e4, and they would be a bit surprised.
I played e6, my first move, when I played the French. Because then I thought, okay, you avoid at least the Trompowsky. You don't need to learn that line, and I know the French. So I thought, why not? But, yeah, okay. Doesn't really help a lot.
No.
c4 and knight f6, and we have a normal position.
Yeah, and we get the Queen's Indian.
Yeah.
When Mayorov plays this
e3.
E3. Ooh. And we get this kind of position where Jungmin at least has played it before with Okay, there were some issues with the Wi-Fi again. Hopefully it will work better now.
I wouldn't call it issue. Someone was falling in our cable and ripped it out.
You're not making a good advertisement for chess players in general, I think.
It's apparently very difficult to lift your feet. So now we are going to try again, and I hope we haven't been like this for a long time.
Yeah. I'm speaking with the technician at the moment. I think it's working.
I really hope so. And I don't know if anyone has been watching. Can you please send a message and tell us for how long we went out, so we
Yeah.
have some kind of idea what you didn't hear.
Okay, she's saying it's working.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We don't know what people have been watching or not.
No. Okay. We'll
We'll just continue.
repeat everything.
Yeah. We were not looking at this game. We were looking at... We didn't get that far. Majoral's game, yeah. Yeah, like we said, we're just getting a position, which is very complicated, but also not very well studied.
But it's complicated because why? Because of c5 in the right moment. Sometimes.
Yeah, most likely because it's like all the pieces are still there, which isn't very
that's
common
true.
in theory. Like anything can happen. White can take on d5, he can push e4. Black can try to take on c4 at some point, he can break c5. It's very difficult to kind of study this kind of position theoretically. So I think Majorov is just trying to get him out of the book, and
It makes sense as a grandmaster. You
Yeah.
count on yourself being stronger in piece play.
yeah. If
So-
he knew you mean better, I think he wouldn't shy away from theory actually. But
Because Jungmin doesn't know a lot of theory.
yeah,
Mm.
he's not. His openings are definitely not his biggest.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's improving due to his excellent coach.
Yes. You're so good.
Thank you.
How come I've never been? I haven't been better since we started hanging out.
Because I don't coach you.
Yes, but you should have learned me something if you were such a strong coach.
Your boyfriend is like 2700.
Yes, but I don't listen to him.
Well, maybe your problem is there somewhere. Okay, so Jogstad once again is trying to play at Tamano. Did he get double black today? Seems like it.
Yes, because
That's
he
a tough.
last game he had black against Hugo in this
Yeah.
Sicilian.
But White is playing with d3, which is a bit slower, but it's also a bit aggressive when he's playing this King's Indian kind of setup.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually would prefer to start with g3 here. But of course, if
It's
you play
the
this
same,
setup,
right.
then yeah. But like Magnus played this version with the idea that if Black can play d5, then he will take and play d4 and play against this isolated pawn.
Yeah.
But okay, what we get here is he's playing this queen e2, and we just get a position with not that much going on. Knight f6, castles, and
So
yeah.
usually here at some point, White takes a on d5, right? Or push e5.
I don't think he will take on d5.
Doesn't that happen sometimes? Or you push e5.
I think you pretty much always play e5.
Always push e5. See, now you teach me something.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna take on d5, you always want to be able to follow up with d4, I think.
Uh-huh.
Because now otherwise Black is just grabbing the center for nothing. Has anyone written in the comments?
Jungmin Seo has commented that Trompowski weak opening equal. I'm not sure it's him or someone else.
I doubt it's him. I have my theories on who it could be, but yeah. No, but White is playing this.
Someone wrote we were only out for 2 minutes. That's perfect.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're really happy about that because we had just spoken about how Martin once talked for 2 hours without realizing nobody was listening. So 2 minutes, we can live with that.
Definitely.
But you say always push e5.
Yeah, I think so. At least not take on d5. But I mean, we will get this kind of position where White will try to attack on this side of the board, and Black will try to play b5, a5, and so on, attacking something and hoping something will.
I played
happen
this
here.
with Black only.
I never played it, but I looked at it quite a bit.
I actually think it's quite fun to play with Black because you just push everything on the queen side.
Well, I would almost prefer to play White.
It's because you like to attack.
No, it's because I don't like to defend.
Yeah, okay. But c4 he played. I think it's that's new.
I've seen the idea, but I've never
Seen it.
What?
Seen it in play before?
No, I mean I've seen the idea. I've just never. It's never been very popular, I think. I mean, usually they play with the rook on e1 instead of the queen on d1, and then you can usually transport the knight
to f1. Yeah.
Yeah, and then to h2, and then you push h4 and try to attack, put something on g5. But the c4, I've tried to play this at least in blitz a couple of times with white.
Do you need to play d4?
Maybe not need to, but I think next move is maybe knight c3.
And then you need to.
Yeah, and then the knight comes to e4 anyway.
It's just, sometimes if you haven't played c4 as white, I'm a little bit careful to push d4 because white gets this very, very nice square on e4.
Yeah.
And here he gets it anyway, but you don't have the same square on d5. But I guess black will still start to push on the queen side, try to play b5 and stuff.
Definitely. He will try to push b5. And I mean white will probably try to push on the king side. Anyway, h4. So he's probably planning bishop f4 without g5.
Yeah.
Queen c7, bishop f4. b6 just developing so far. And okay, this rook a e8 is always a bit
strange.
No, but I mean if white's gonna attack, then you don't want to move that rook to e8 if the king wants to run. But I think his plan here is he's not gonna play on this side of the board. He might prepare some action with the f-pawn himself somehow.
But f6 is so difficult to get because this e6 pawn is always...
But is it?
But f6 you don't...
If I play queen d8 next move and then f5 maybe. No, f6 is better. I'm not a big fan of black's position, but I figured that's the idea.
But what about knight e4?
Knight e4, and now we need to look, can we take a pawn?
Probably.
I'm gonna try. I'm always careful about walking into pins and stuff, but if we can follow up with f6 and just support it.
Can you just take twice and move the knight somewhere because the bishop on b7 is hanging?
Where?
You don't have time. Yeah, no, it doesn't help.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's so...
I'm just mumbling.
Like, even queen h5, you have to look at... There's so much to calculate here.
Maybe some queen h5, knight g5.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself what's going on here. It's messy. Knight e4 if it works. Absolutely.
I don't like rook e8, but it's more like principle.
Yeah.
It feels wrong,
But what did you have preferred?
You push on the side where you have a pawn, where you have a pawn break, but of course f6 is also possible. I don't know, maybe a6, b5, but he might have thought okay, white will just stop it and then I can't get any further.
Yeah. Well, it's very difficult to play with both colors. I think you need to be very good at calculating, and
it's also one of those games, they have all pieces.
Yeah.
They need
definitely.
to maneuver and I think the most important thing is you find a plan because otherwise suddenly all your pieces will be in the wrong squares when the position is opened. Or
it's a good day to play chess.
Why?
I don't know. Isn't it always?
Yeah, it's true. Every day is a good day when you play chess.
No.
Doesn't sound like me.
Have you ever lost horribly?
Yes. Didn't you see my game against Aman in Reykjavik? I was like an internet meme. People asking, how can this player be 2000? She's so bad.
Oh, was that the... Oh, no.
That was the
Come on.
worst day ever.
Just because Chess24 used you for publicity.
Yeah, exactly. I was posted on Chess24, and like I got so much hate from that game.
No, I don't think so.
Not okay. You should post my wins.
We have Hampus playing the young Indian girl.
Yeah.
G6 is a sign that he wants playing for a win, I think.
Definitely.
Also shying away from the main lines, going into unknown territory.
No, but okay. So White is doing the right thing, playing normal moves, right?
Yeah, that's usually how you should beat an offbeat opening. I mean, it's not that offbeat, but it's not like as well explored as many of the other lines.
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe Blomqvist played Bishop B3 here against me in Westeros Open 4 years ago.
I think both moves actually make sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bishop B3, it's a little bit better here because it's pointing into F7. But on the other hand, it can get attacked. And on C2 you avoid this immediately and you support your E4 pawn.
I'm gonna try to explain. I mean, at first it looks quite bad for black, but I'm gonna
Explain.
Yeah, a little bit at least. I mean, it looks like White has just gotten the pawn center for free. The knight is usually not able to go to c3. Usually it has to go to d2 or something. But on the other hand, it's sort of like it's like a Grimfield defense, sort of. You give White the pawn center, but you want to attack it. So with the knight on c6, bishop on g7, you want to attack d4. Bishop g4 is definitely an idea to increase the pressure. And obviously there's also the idea of moving this knight and breaking c5 to increase this bishop on g7. So, I mean, I think White's slightly better objectively, but I mean, it's very difficult, and it's a good choice if you want to play for a win. Also a risky choice. I think Anand played something very similar, and he was against like a 12-year-old Indian kid, and he was lost completely from the opening. Where was it? Isle of Man, maybe?
It might have been you. But that's the problem with playing these offbeat openings, right? Often
it's risky.
They are not very sound.
Yeah.
So you're taking a huge risk to just get some play, but on the other hand, both players are starting to play quite early without any help from computers or books or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still rooting for the girl. So I think she'll manage to play this well.
Well, I'm not sure.
Not sure after d5 either.
I mean, I'm not a big. I don't know this theory, but I would say h3 looks very sensible. Just to not allow this bishop g4 and increasing the pressure on d4 so much.
But also, I don't like d5 this early because you want to keep flexibility. It's more difficult for black to make a decision if White hasn't committed to the center yet.
I agree. Knight a5, knight e4, and I mean, it looks nice for White because there's like, it looks like holes on the c5, but I mean it's very difficult to use them. And the bishop on g7 is very happy.
Yeah. I would always be scared, like with White, that at some point f5 is played and the whole center is just broken apart.
f5 definitely. Also just pushing c5 at some point.
Might also be,
Yeah, because, well, the d6 pawn might look weak, but it's not too easy to attack.
I was thinking, like in the Rai Lopez, you always say never play d5 before they have pushed c5, right? Because of c6.
Yeah.
So it might be something similar here, that at some point maybe c6 is working. It's a little bit different, but might have some of the same ideas.
I agree. No, I think it's around equal. I mean...
Yeah, of course, but...
But I think Hampus is quite happy. He got a complicated position of the opening.
Yeah.
Ken Skog playing Siddharth. I don't know much about the guy from Indonesia.
No, actually, he's one of the only guys we haven't mentioned a lot.
No, I think he lose quickly this morning when the queen got
Yeah,
trapped on
exactly.
d5.
We didn't even have time to watch
Yeah.
the game, and I don't know, yesterday we didn't do commentary, and I didn't really see his game.
No, me neither, but he won against a good player, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing... So
we'll do some research for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll come with a lot of history about this young Indonesian kid.
That's the sweetest way of saying you're gonna stalk someone.
Research and stalking is not the same thing.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure if these young players have social media.
I don't even know his age.
He did seem also quite young, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Most of the players here are quite young. So we have the Ragosin.
We have seen this before a lot of times.
Yeah, because Magnus and Aronian and all those guys keep playing it.
Exactly.
Everything keeps looking the same.
But it's not.
No.
And that's the big problem when you try to say something smart in the opening and you realize it's not even that position.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many subtleties that I don't understand. Like taking on d5 and bishop g5 are obviously the main moves, but the move Theodore uses is quite common as well.
Queen a4 is quite common, yeah.
And the knight goes to c6, where it usually don't want to be. Because obviously, usually black wants to break c5 to equalize the game in the queen's gambit.
And now it takes some moves to even...
And white goes back with the queen. So he's basically just saying that the knight on c6 is a bit silly now.
Yeah.
And Siddharth goes for what is, I believe, the main move. Take a6, and black's idea is to push e5 and not c5, which is why he goes back.
Yeah, so again, it's the same, like with all these structures with d4 and e3, either black pushes c5 or e5.
Yeah.
And as you said in Khan's game against Leo,
yeah,
that if you don't get to push any of the pawns, you might end up with a passive position. And here he's just trying to push e5, which must be some kind of theory, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I know I have played this position sometime with white, but not successfully.
Not successfully.
Yeah.
I like this move now.
Yeah, I know that a3 I think is the main move, but I have to say it's really complex to play this kind of position.
So if he takes here on d4, you get some kind of isolated pawn position again, but it might be a even better version for white because of this knight on c6, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, usually you want to block that pawn with maybe a pawn on c6 and a knight on d5. But if you take here, probably white will take with the pawn. And just claiming that the knight isn't very strong here, you can play bishop g5 quickly.
Exactly.
Maybe even push d5 or knight d5.
So I think it makes a lot of sense not to take the pawn.
Yeah. But there can be so many structures from this, because sometimes white breaks with d5, sometimes it takes on e5, sometimes black pushes e4 even.
But it makes it interesting.
Yeah, and complicated. So bishop d7, it's not the move that looks the most natural to me.
No, but what else? You want
like
to
queen e7 maybe?
But you want to develop this bishop somehow, right?
Yeah. It's just not the move I would consider first. Actually, they've all been, at least up until here, they played quickly. Bishop a2. And there should be some point of winning knight a5 in the future.
Yeah, but also, like at some point you might want to go like bishop b1 and threaten something in the future. So often it's okay on a2 because you can shift diagonals, right? And
I also think there's sort of a waiting game going on here, because white don't want to play a move like bishop d2, because then maybe black will take on d4 and play that position when the bishop would rather be on g5. So queen e7.
So they're both waiting for someone to make a decision.
Yeah, connecting the rooks. Maybe want to play e4 at some point.
Yeah.
Rook d1. It's a long waiting game going on. And he pushes b4.
But I think I might like white. Now you're going to make a decision about if you like white or not.
I like white as well.
You got space and
all
your pieces are in decent squares. And
yeah, it's something unnatural about black's position.
It feels a little bit synthetic. What is that called? Like constructed?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Not very natural.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's on the other hand, I'm not used to playing this position, so probably there is a normal way to play it. Just that I don't know it. But also, I mean, I definitely think it's easier to play white. The moves come much more naturally, and white has more space, which for me makes it more interesting. I mean, easier to play. And yeah, bishop b2, rook c1.
Also, I like these two, like bishops. A2, b2, pointing, you know.
One very typical move to consider for white would be knight h4.
H4 or a4?
H4.
To try to make this fork on f5.
No, and g6.
And g6?
Yeah, because you can take it. There's a bishop and a2.
You're tricky.
But this is typical when black has played h6, in the semi-Slav at least. Then we have this idea of pushing knight h4.
But actually I was thinking about this. Why do you push h6? Because I really don't like to make weaknesses on the king's side unless it's necessary. But it might be because to prevent, like...
I think he might want to push e4 and not allow knight g5 or something. It's a theory.
What?
It's one theory at least. He wants to push e4.
Yeah, but you know, it's also some of the strong Danish grandmasters is calling this a hook, I think.
Yeah.
If there's ever some kind of attack, this pawn is weak. And it seems like if the position is opened up, all these bishops is going to just...
But don't you usually use like the term a hook when there's like a pawn storm? If white was pushing g4, g5 and so on.
Okay, maybe, but we're not that civilized in Denmark. We just use the same terms for different stuff.
Oh, yeah, you have this hook on a3.
Hook 1, 2, 3. But I'm not sure, like, knight h4 actually looks a little bit annoying.
Yeah. I like knight h4. I'm not sure if you could have played it immediately, actually, knight h4. Because knight g6 is a serious threat, I believe. And what should black play?
But okay, I like bishop b2, it's developed.
Yeah, it's more about finding is there anything black can do. Actually, I have to mention that this is actually a really cute queen trap.
Very nice, Martin.
Thank you.
You're so strong.
No, but like, how do you prevent knight g6?
Actually, you have a solid point. h6 is just a very bad move.
I mean, you can play king h8, but then something is wrong. If you have to play this move.
Yeah.
But probably this is even the best move in the position. And white will at least be able to play knight f5 and take the bishop pair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like knight h4. And if he gets the chance, he will play it the next move, I think. Maybe black should do something.
But maybe it was a mistake not to play it immediately.
Yeah, if black can do something else, yeah. Maybe it's time to push e4. Actually, how does that help? No, it doesn't help at all. You just wanted to change the position.
At least knight f5 is not a threat if you push.
That's true. Actually, e4, if you go knight h4 and just king h8 now and just say that knight is bad now on h4. Could that be? g5 might be a threat.
Also because Now it's a little bit annoying. Like,
Yeah.
how do you continue with white?
Actually, I don't believe knight h4. I think knight d2. Then bishop f5. But maybe I can just...
I like rook c1, knight a4, knight c5.
That's the professional way to play it.
That's why I'm suggesting it.
Yeah. There are many options.
Yeah, it's the best.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
No, but even knight a4 immediately.
Might also be strong, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just looking at if f3 is anything. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know why Black's position feels a little bit strange. Because all his moves were quite natural except for bishop d7.
Yeah, but usually when you have this pawn on e4, you want to be able to attack. So at some point, Black should just try queen d7 and take on h3.
just do it.
Yeah, but
No, come on.
you said it yourself, it's a hook.
It's a hook. Yeah. But you should watch out. At some point, I maybe play d5.
Yeah, but then knight e5. Knight d3.
I make it even worse.
What do you play with white?
Rook c1.
Rook c1, okay. Let's say I go queen d7.
Knight a4.
Knight a4. Thank you.
And I made it. No, I'm not. I take it.
You take, queen takes.
And I take on e4.
You take on e4.
Yeah, why not?
This isn't mate. I think it's mate.
No, come on. Take. Okay, it might be mid.
Puzzle rush.
Puzzle rush. Okay, maybe I need to protect something instead.
Okay, it shouldn't go that smoothly, but I mean, this, yeah, I think both made a lot of mistakes in this line, but just that's something to watch out for at least.
No, but come on. Knight d2, bishop f5. We need to have something.
Yeah, I mean, I think you had plenty of stuff somewhere around here, but
Oh,
like
I
maybe you
have
can
an
take
idea.
on e4.
No, go back. Go back. Knight d5.
Knight d5.
Yeah, no, it seems strange.
Okay, let's try taking.
And bishop takes.
Can I take here?
Come on. Now I take on...
Oh, okay, you take on c6.
Yeah.
Sorry. And queen g5 doesn't work. Probably not.
No.
Okay, knight d5 might be a good move. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure what to suggest because knight h4 is really annoying me.
No, but you need to find a solution to this, and I think that's why he's thinking.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, I prefer white.
Okay, yeah, let's see the next game actually.
Yeah, Dav is playing Kuzuksari and he's playing on the other side of a Slav this time.
He's only playing the Slav.
Yeah, this time it's a semi-Slav and oh no, it's one of those variations I should have studied but I never did.
Isn't that every other position?
Some lines I've actually looked at. This is not one of them. I know that you're supposed to take the pawn, but then you defend it, but
You just do something random.
yeah.
I've actually had this position with white, not intentionally. I just randomly, you know, played some moves. He took the pawn on c4, and I was like, okay, now I just play chess. So I actually also castled.
Yeah.
And I played a4, like he's doing.
Okay, at least until here, Black has been playing quickly.
Yeah, castle.
Castles.
But then a5, I'm very confused by. Is it to prevent knight b6? Or is
I
it to
believe
prevent
so.
b5?
Doesn't really prevent b5, does it?
Yeah.
But okay, I
Takes.
mean, it's not completely unnatural. I mean, just look at the knight on d7.
No, I know, but usually when you see these positions, you try to attack the pawn on c4 directly or something.
But isn't it the point of like trying to provoke black into playing a5 themselves? To try to be able to play knight b6? And it feels like if black doesn't prevent it, then white should play it.
So you mean usually black plays a5?
I mean, usually from my understanding, black gets to play b5
But
earlier.
he castled after 40 seconds. He's playing so incredibly fast.
It's true. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's unnatural. I think it's a typical position from this. When you take the pawn, I mean, white will have compensation. Maybe black will hang on to the pawn.
Yeah,
White
of
has a pawn
course.
center. At some point, he can push b3 and still have compensation.
So almost always in these lines, when black takes the pawn on c4, white has compensation.
Yeah, and that annoys me.
What?
That annoys me a lot.
Yeah, but also because black needs to put a lot of effort into like protecting this pawn.
Yeah.
So, but okay, not very interesting game yet.
Well, they haven't gotten that far.
Exactly.
I mean, this is the problem. Like, what would you play with black here? I would want to play b5 here. Has anyone commented?
No, it's just a correction.
Okay. But yeah, I think b5 still looks natural to me.
So b5.
Take with the knight. And maybe try to play a5, bishop a6 or something. Because otherwise, white's next move is gonna be queen e2, I suppose. And knight d3 doesn't really work out because white will just play b3.
Can't you play with tricks and just wait with b5? Because when you play queen e2,
Yeah,
then play
you
b5.
You can wait for a move. It's just what can black play? There aren't that many moves, right?
What do black usually try to play?
I don't know.
e5 or what?
I don't know.
So here in the studio we don't know anything.
Yeah, kind of. But it's our job to guess.
To guess. No, but actually, I don't know why you haven't studied this, but as white, I tend to just think, okay, play your pieces in naturals, place your pieces in natural squares, just try to attack this c4 pawn, just do
No, but
something
like
normal.
the way I usually play it after g3, I usually take it immediately. Bishop g2 and I play b5. This is why I don't know anything about this position. And if he were to play a4, then I think white is playing quite strangely, just giving up some squares there. But I mean, this kind of position is. I mean, I think it's fine for both. I just don't know how to play it with either color. And b5, of course, you can wait, but I just don't see a move for black that is reasonable. c5 also looks very strange to play here. e5, probably not.
What is the problem with c5 actually? Just looks strange, but is there an actual reason?
Well, for starters, I'm guessing just queen e2 might be a move. If white don't want to push d5, of course. Pushing d5 is always an
Because
issue.
I was considering if you play queen e2 instead, maybe I just play knight d3, I take this pawn, and I go back with the knight to e5.
Wait, you take what pawn? If I play queen e2?
Yeah. Can I play something like knight d3?
And b3?
Yeah, and if I take on e4?
D4?
d4.
And I will take with the bishop.
Yeah, maybe bishop f6.
Can I play e5?
Maybe you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, c5 It doesn't look right to me.
It's too maybe too active.
Yeah. I think I would go for b5. After that,
Immediately.
you have some moves that you can play that look natural. Like if you take.
Yeah.
Now you get some kind of idea of what you're doing. You can play a5, bishop a6.
Also, isn't that a rule? You should play the moves you know you need to play first, and then think. And
I mean, there are so many rules, you can't follow them all, but...
No, but I'm just trying to...
I know.
But I'm often told this, if you know you need to play a move, like b5, it needs to be played at some time. Like, do it immediately, because it might open up for some other possibilities.
Yeah. I would go b5.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the most difficult game to comment, because I don't know anything about the structure. And, well, the Najdorf. Fischer against Kvalai. Finally, you know a lot about the Najdorf. Can you tell me what's going on?
So this is still normal. Also very normal. Yes, this I've seen before. So f4, right?
Yeah. Well, I know that this h3 was very popular a few years ago, instead of playing f3, because there were some options also putting the queen on f3.
Exactly.
And of course the other option is pushing the pawn up to f4. And I'm pretty sure at least this is theoretical.
This is theory.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Well, why is there no pawn on e4?
Maybe update.
Now it came back. Knight c6. White. It looks nice to have pressure on the pawn on d6, but on the other hand, black has a nice square on e5 for
exactly.
knights. So if he were able to trade the bishops, like bishop g5 at some point, put a knight on e5, he'd be quite happy. And we can see that this is kind of what black is doing. Queen e2. I think white is preparing some long castle, knight d5, e5 ideas.
Yeah.
Which is why the queen isn't on d2 but on e2. Because, knight d7, they're playing quite quickly. I'm guessing this is known theory.
I guess so too. At least until they start to think.
Yeah, which is somewhere around here. Put a knight on e5, g4, rook c8, king b1. And who do you prefer?
Thank you for that question. I think the position is equal. That's my guess, but it's just because,
Who would you rather play if you had to pick a color?
I always lose when I castle long, so I'll play black.
I would also play black. I think it's annoying to know how to attack with white when there's a fantastic knight on e5. I mean, you can put the pawn on g5, h4, h5, but still there's no clear way of mates. It's...
But also, you can immediately trade this black bishop, right? If you want to, bishop g5. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, but d6 might be
d6
hanging,
is
and also
hanging
maybe
now.
white will just play bishop g3 and h4, so... But yeah, bishop g5 is definitely an idea.
Maybe also something like knight c5 at some point.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Castle, queen c7, knight c5.
I don't play the Najdorf, but I would just take on c3 or something.
Immediately just take. It should be done.
Maybe not now, but
no,
there's
it's
always
true.
this idea.
But it's not only the Najdorf, it's common for the Sicilian, right?
Yeah.
Rook takes c3.
But now we don't get the chance because white jumps into d5. And something has changed.
So the structure has changed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I recognize this because when there's a new chess book out, I usually just browse through it. And the structure, of course, I've seen when there's a new book on the Najdorf. But I mean, I never liked it for white. I would prefer black due to the knight on e5.
Yeah, but also the other knight is reasonably useful. You put it on c5 or something, and
Yeah, I think
the
white,
rooks are
though.
good.
Yeah, I think white will though try to play knight d4, knight f5, or something like this.
And try to attack, maybe.
Attack or just push on d6.
Mm.
It's not easy for black to attack either.
But it's
So-
not that difficult. Like this pawn on c2 is quite weak.
But how do you like? If you play like bishop d3 or something, knight d4.
But bishop d3, I'll take and put the next knight on e5.
And then maybe I'll take that one.
With what?
The bishop that he's trying to exchange.
Yes.
No, but like this could be like a typical drawing idea. Bishop g5, bishop g3, bishop h4, and if he goes back, maybe black will just follow suit.
But it seems a little bit strange for a young Norwegian player to prep in a draw. Or what?
Well, I'm not sure if this is prepared actually, but they've been playing for 1.5 hours. But still, he's playing black.
But
It's 200 points lower rated. It's
it's true. It's true.
It's not easy to win this position with either color. I mean, I think white is the one who really wants to play for a win here.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's a typical example of what we said. Black wants to trade the bishop. And if we go bishop h2, then it's not so easy to push the pawns on the side of the board.
Exactly.
So at least, like, I think it's a draw. I mean, not a draw, but an equal position.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we just need to see if they want to fight or
Fight.
say good night.
Say good night.
Okay, I'll stop rhyming.
No, it's okay. You can rhyme. If I can come up with bad jokes.
Okay, I'll stop rhyming. Trost Kulkarni. We have an Alkyne's defense, which I like, but I don't like this. No, it's boring. Like, the first time I played the Nordic Championships,
Yeah.
I played the Alkyne with black, and my opponent played
As a
this.
main opening.
Yeah. And he took on d5, he took on d5, he took on d5, he played queen takes, and then he played queen f3. And that's like...
What did you do?
I think I took it.
Did you win?
Can't remember. I think I maybe lost that game, but... out of frustration. Luckily, most of my opponents nowadays play e5 when I play the Alkyne. So...
It's also the most ambitious move, I think.
yeah.
So
e5, and now we go into, for me, not so well-known territory. I know that d4 has been played a couple of times, with Johnny Hector winning many games with white. And I know that if you play knight d7, there is this interesting move e6, I think a Rubinstein.
I like.
And this knight e4 I don't know much about, but I think we're supposed to play like knight e2 when this knight is...
Modern chess.
Yeah, I think I used to play f6, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is some kind of strange theory. I put the knight on f7. Anyway, d4, I don't think...
It's a bad move.
No, but I mean...
It
It looks like a French where black shouldn't have any problems.
Exactly. It's just a normal move, and now we get some more normal structure. But I think
Yeah.
it might have been a win for black, so to say, because you didn't get any problems out of the opening, and now you just got some kind of game.
Yeah, and he's going for a French defense with the bishop outside of the pawn chain.
Which we are generally happy about when we play the French.
Yeah, usually it's on c8.
Dying.
Even if he had played e6 with the bishop on c8, I think it would be a nice French for black.
I think so too, but there's no reason to trap it when you can get it out.
Well, I know that white athlete is trying to make a reason to regret it because the pawn on b7 isn't defended. But
No,
I mean,
it's... What do you play? Queen c7
sure
or
why-
rook b8 or something?
Rook b8 looks sensible. Queen c7 is what the move that would attract me, but maybe his point... I mean, he took on d4, which isn't completely clear to me.
And then rook b8. Why not?
I mean, was he worried about taking on c5?
Maybe he was worried, yeah. But this triple pawn is very rarely good.
Yeah, but it's at least an extra pawn.
Yes, but okay. If you lose one, you lose all the pawns.
Well, like, okay, white can push c4 at least.
Yeah.
There is some... Okay, so if you take here, knight e5, maybe bishop d4. Is someone writing?
Yes, I just got an update that Magnus won.
Magnus won?
Yeah, apparently. So it's difficult not to follow a little bit the Grenke chess.
Yeah.
Just to
like in
keep
the
updated.
During the lunch break, we were just sitting watching Magnus game. His move bishop d2 against Aronian looked very interesting.
Yeah.
Probably he won't repeat it, but worked for one game.
And also we looked at, what was the game? The French game with the MBL?
MBL played against Paco Vallejo.
Because Blomqvist was preparing some French, so we thought maybe you'll get some inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, but rook b8 I think looks...
I don't like why it took on d4, really, but... Okay, I guess it's a position. I mean, white could push c4.
It can't be that bad. No. But maybe...
But I still...
It feels like he shouldn't have had this much, get this much pressure with white, and now it feels a little bit more uncomfortable. Or what do you say?
There's one idea that I really think is interesting, if I can make it. But I mean, yeah, the pawn structure. I mean, for black, the good thing is you have the square on d5.
Mm.
Obviously, the rooks can be annoying on the b5, but the move I really like, but he didn't play, bishop g6. And let's say he moves the rook to some square. Where would you put it? Rook b2.
Why not c1?
Okay, rook c1. Doesn't really matter for my idea, but I want to play bishop e4 and put it on d5.
What a creative player we have here.
Edwin is quite creative.
But okay, can you play some knight d2, queen c2, bishop f3? Oh, we don't really want to trade this bishop though.
Yeah, but I mean, when it was just on h5, I think this is an achievement for black. And now knight before actually wins a pawn. So
I completely agree.
I like this bishop g6, bishop e4.
Bishop g6, do you need to move the rook? What about bishop d3?
Yeah, but then you trade on queen d5.
Yep. Or you even... No, you can't.
Or even knight before knight d5.
Yeah.
No, I think bishop g6 made a lot of sense. But rook c8, attacking the queen, and queen a4, and now he has another opportunity to play the idea.
No, but the pawn on b7 is hanging.
Oh, the pawn is hanging. Sorry. Then rook c8 I don't like.
No, because you need to defend this pawn now. How? Do you go back?
I'm guessing that's not really what he wanted. But I mean, rook c7 maybe. But... yeah, I guess you can play the position of the rook c7. I just like bishop g6, bishop e4 more.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be like pleasant for white to at least get some c4 and, you know, you feel like you achieved something.
Yeah.
But it might just be still very nice for black to play this. Like, at least you don't have any problems immediately.
Depends if white can somehow build up some pressure against this pawn. If he gets a play like b6 and then bishop a6 and stuff, then it's
Yeah, but you probably
can
just
be
should
annoying.
keep them put.
Yeah, rook c7 looks much more.
Maybe you can play queen d7 and try to play for tricks.
But what are your tricks?
I want to take on e5.
Yeah, that works. Why did I think that didn't work? I don't know.
No, we all have some blunders.
Yeah. No, queen d7 makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
I didn't like rook c8, to be honest. He played it very quickly also. Bishop g6 made a lot of sense to me.
Also, when you explained the idea, it makes sense. So you just want to improve it by putting it on d5 and blocking the pawns and everything.
Yeah. And finally we come to Leo's game against Hugo. And
This is the last game.
yeah, I know that a few years ago Leo always played the London, and it annoyed me so much. I mean, it was incredible how boring he played. So nowadays, I mean, I literally stopped responding to his messages until I stopped playing the London.
Refusing to coach him until he plays some sensible openings.
Kind of.
No, but at London it's okay, but you know, it's not very ambitious with white. That's the problem.
You can play it in an ambitious way, but he just made the random moves like he was like a 70-year-old club player that never wanted to open openings book. But this line 92, I think Mambijarov used to play this quite a lot because it's not very well known compared to the other main lines. Obviously you can play e6 and then we'll go into some Catalan stuff. But it's knight h4, and do you know the trap?
The trap.
Yes, the trap.
The trap. I don't know it, but I might find it.
I have shown this to Hugo, so I know that he doesn't fall for the trap.
You really hope.
No, I know that he didn't fall for the trap because he didn't play the move.
So if you go to... Can you say the square?
G6?
It must be something with the b7 pawn or what? No?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
So something queen b3.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
No, I can show you. At least in Blitz, I think this is extremely difficult to see. Queen b3, and usually they want to blitz on queen b6, but now there's this nice move, queen h3, threatening queen c8 and threatening to take on g6, and you can take with the h pawn.
But how do you want me to find this?
No, I would just...
You should have said like queen b6 and then asked me what is the trap. What is the
yeah,
move?
maybe. But it's a nice trap. You should
It's
try it
actually
in
very
Blitz.
nice.
Yeah.
Try it in Blitz. But
bishop e4,
yeah.
I know that Hugo has played this position before in a serious game.
That's good. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Definitely.
And now it doesn't work to go to h3.
No, there's nothing to take on g6. So f3, and now obviously queen h3 is not allowed.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah. e3, and we get this kind of position where I have to say that white still has the bishop pair. You need to be a bit careful. On the other hand, I'm not sure if you should take giving black the open file.
But maybe he's thinking, you know, I should outplay him in some endgame.
Yeah. No, but I think both players are happy.
Yeah. Okay, so this position, we will also see a lot of maneuvering, I think.
Definitely.
So...
But Leo has a lot of experience playing these dry positions because, yeah, London. No, but like I can show you. I played him, I think it was 4 years ago, and I was so sick and tired of him playing the London. So when I played him, I played c5, c3, and now I just went queen c7. Which, well, it stops the London. And I remember the game went... he played g3, g6, I'm not used to this mouse pad, sorry.
Please say this is not a serious game.
Yeah, of course it's a serious game.
Oh my god.
He played bishop f4, so finally he gets a Londonish position. Queen, and we got this kind of position. And yeah, bishop e6 I think I played. And he took. And we got this kind of endgame. Which
It's
is
quite similar.
yeah, that's what I mentioned. And yeah, this is extremely fun because we went like back and forth. The position was extremely close. Like and then when it was like 5 moves left until he could claim the draw to 50 moves, he just blundered and I won.
Perfect.
Yeah. Dream game.
Nothing better than people blundering.
Yeah. And they have to punish him for playing to London. I mean, it's just a statement.
So now we have seen all the games.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anything more to add, but maybe you should take a quick break.
Yeah, I think we should take a break and we'll be back in a while.
Yeah.
I think we should. What's it called? The little music stuff in the beginning of a show.
Intro song. We need an intro song.
Yeah.
I can fix one for tomorrow. I'll sing like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, but we are back.
Yeah.
And we're ready to rumble. I needed some chocolate. I was dying from low blood sugar, and now we got some, and it's going to be super strong commentator.
You wanted the apple as well.
Yeah, but I didn't wash it, and I didn't have time, and you know.
Yeah, you can eat an apple.
I don't eat fruit, you know. Chocolate.
So
we are back.
Yeah.
On the first board.
And I think Blomqvist kind of failed a bit.
Oh.
Because he really wanted to transpose into this dream endgame with 92. So he's hoping to get some, okay, take, eventually take, and he will put some pressure with bishop f3 and win this pawn.
Yeah, of course.
In an endgame. But I think he miscalculated something. I mean, even this, if he takes on d2, queen takes, he can make some kind of pressure, even though black should make a draw. But I think he missed this move, queen f4, putting pressure on e4, putting pressure on f2, take, and now he's the one with the isolated pawn. And
you got nothing, yeah.
d5.
But this must be a huge mistake to play 92. Not a huge mistake, but at least a mistake.
Yeah, but I think he's well within the damage control.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I think, I mean, he's slightly worse, but I think he'll be able to draw it without any trouble. Rook d7, of course, but I mean, white could at some point play queen a4 and then take on a7.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but we have windows here, and sometimes people are staring through the windows at us, and it feels very uncomfortable, like I'm some animal in a cage.
Well, we are, aren't we? We're trapped in this...
A glass box.
In this box.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
But yeah, I mean...
Damage control. But it's annoying to be doing damage control when you're...
Yeah, he should be the one in charge.
But he was thinking, like, 41 minutes is this.
That's a sign something's wrong. When you have to think for But, like... Oh, that's 45 seconds. He thought for rook takes 7. Yeah, but 42 minutes is a long time.
What was he afraid about? But this is very typical. When you think too long, you make a bad move.
But usually when you think too long, something is already wrong, right?
Yes, but I don't know what's wrong here. Like, go one move back? What is he afraid of?
Maybe he just didn't find a move.
Did we miss something?
No, but sometimes you just get stuck when you can't find a good move.
But you can play something normal, like...
I would say h3 looks normal.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say what went wrong.
I just moved the queen and put the other rook on d1.
I'm guessing he missed queen f4. Also, after queen f4, he fought for quite a bit.
But it seems strange to be thinking for 41 minutes and then...
Yeah. Didn't Magnus say that in an interview? Like, if I think for more than 15 minutes, then something is wrong. But I mean, like, still queen a4 take... It's just a draw. I don't think he wanted to get this.
It's a shame because with white you already had some kind of pleasant position.
But it's also a bit difficult to motivate yourself for when you're playing one of the other grandmasters when his goal is to damage the other norms.
But there is some prize money.
Yeah, but he's not here for prize money. He just wants to destroy norms.
Eric the Norm Destroyer.
Yeah.
We should call him that.
I'm lucky I didn't play him when I was...
Instead of Flower Fox. Now he's the Norm Destroyer.
Well, here in Stockholm we just call him Blomman.
Blomman. Yeah. And we call him Flower Fox at home.
Yeah. Okay, well. Things change quickly.
Yeah, we haven't been at this game for quite some time.
No,
so
this is what happened when we try to look at all games. Suddenly everything happens in
one game.
Yeah. And, well, Black is stopping e4 and taking a bit of space if he wants to play f5.
No, but very comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, also you give the bishop on b7 a function.
But he's playing very ambitiously. Rook c1, f5.
No, but I like it. It seems like how I usually set up against the London, for example.
Yeah.
You just try to...
I mean, I wouldn't want to play it, but I would play it. If you understand.
You mean you don't really believe in it, but...
I would play it anyway. Yeah.
But I like it. I actually like it. As long as something like c5 is not working, I think it's pleasant.
I think a move like Mayor played is also quite natural. Knight e5.
No, but it's normal, then you take it.
Well, this is what I... No, but I agree. I'm starting to believe in f5 more and more. And take and... if you take, we have b5 even.
Yeah.
Then, wow, if we get the square on c5, then I'm very happy. Wow. Queen
I think
f5.
Jungmin is doing great.
I think so too.
I
He's
think
outplaying this guy with black.
this pawn on e5 is not very nice.
But what do you do with the knight on a4? If you have to play knight c3, then we win a pawn.
But you're not... you are.
Knight c3, if it has to go back, take, and now I don't think we should take the bishop, but we should take this pawn. From what
Explain
I can see.
why
Yes,
you don't want
I
to
will. It's just that I'm not used to this mouse pad. Okay, I see that bishop e4 is an option, but I also considered this. And like, let's take a pawn, and we will take on e6.
And it's hanging on d7
Yeah.
even.
But now I realize that we can't because the rook on c1 is hanging. Which means that we should have played bishop e4 from the beginning.
Yeah. Or what about bishop a4?
Probably will be the same, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
But queen takes a3, and black is doing very well, isn't he?
I think so. It feels like it, but then again, what do I know?
I mean, the problem is, if he wins this game, and he goes on to score a lot of points, I mean, he's extremely nervous, I think, when he gets closer to the norm. Because he's not...
You think that's the problem?
Yeah.
I think the problem is he's going to be in the studio for the next 2 hours. Jungmin is a very emotional person, some would say. Like,
that's true. Oh.
Why does it say like?
I don't know. Maybe we've been talking for ourselves again.
No, I don't think so. Maybe some game finished. Everything seems to be connected.
Has anyone written to us with technical issues? That something's not working?
No. We are so nervous now because we made one mistake the first day, and now everything is like panic.
Yeah.
No, but actually...
My girlfriend says I look crazy, so I'm trying to fix my hair, so she will be satisfied with it.
No, but it's still... Okay, I can't fix it now.
In the next break, I will fix my hair.
Yeah, exactly. You put everything in the wrong side.
Maybe I need to go to the barber. Is it better now?
I think it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, you have other functions on this channel to speak about chess, not to look pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's gonna pay me to look pretty, I think.
You should never say never. No, but he must be doing very well. You should be happy. But what went wrong? It must be this... Okay, we liked f5, but it can't be that fantastic. It must be knight e5. Was too quick.
Yeah, and maybe he missed that he can't take back with a piece. Probably. Because of this b5 move.
But can't you maybe take with the rook and take on c7?
That could be.
I'm just trying to save his position.
No, I agree. It looks...
But maybe... No, I can't see why. Yeah.
Maybe we actually don't. We just play knight c5 anyway.
And
I still think black has a pleasant position.
yeah, I think so too, but now I want to take this knight, and at least I solved my problem. I don't have this knight on a4.
Yeah.
Bishop b1.
I still think black is a bit better actually, but I'm not sure. This looks better to me, because this doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, exactly. I was just trying to save
Yeah.
this poor
I mean-
GM's position.
Yeah, I mean, look at this bishop. What is it ever going to accomplish? I'm not sure.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but like I mentioned earlier, like when he gets close to scoring a norm, he actually gets very nervous, I think. And
Why is that?
no, but it's similar to me. Like if it's something it's really important, you get nervous and you start to play badly sometimes. I mean, some people play
No,
better or worse in different situations.
but it is difficult to play under pressure. It's
Yeah.
like all these tie breaks. I see the strong players play, for tournament wins and stuff. You need to have incredible nerves not to get scared. And just also often in those situations it's a lot of money. Here it's just a norm, but still it's important.
Yeah,
You want to have it.
like that's why you say that the worst kind of chess is played in a world championship, because there's so much pressure and both players are usually making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And both are scared to lose, right?
yeah,
About that, they increased the number of games.
yeah, they
I
did.
think that's better because
It's 14 games now instead of 12,
mm,
right? And there are some other changes as well. There was they changed the time control, I think.
I did it. I didn't see.
And I think they something
yeah,
about
it
the
was
price
shorter,
from as well.
shorter time
it?
control. Yeah.
Okay, I only read like the news headlines.
Mm. But what about the price? They changed it to bigger or smaller price.
I think it's bigger.
That's pleasant for Magnus.
Assuming he's gonna win.
Yeah, but okay.
But yeah, actually his play at the moment is incredibly
Yeah,
impressive.
very good. Yeah, actually,
He's back
I-
at a level I never thought he would reach again.
not that we are talking about Magnus on the stream, but he is playing very well in Grenke. So it's a joy to watch.
Definitely.
It's always fun to watch strong players compete, I think. But sometimes they have this problem that they played each other so many times, Nothing new is ever happening. So it's fun actually to see them play against a guy like Vincent or even Mayer. It's some new guy who's trying to fight, and we get some different positions that we are used to see.
I agree.
And here, you get all kinds of position because they never play.
Did you see the Twitter fight today with Giri and Magnus?
No.
Giri won the Super Tournament in China because Hare Krishna lost in the final round, I think.
Ah, he did. He was
Yeah.
also playing very well in this tournament.
Yeah, but Giri won in the final game, so he won the tournament, I think. And Magnus was like, okay, maybe it's a Super Tournament, it's not really strong. But then someone actually did research, and it's stronger than Grenke, rating-wise.
Yeah, but I think the reason you don't consider it a super tournament is because there are only 6 players, right?
In China, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I think that's a little bit strange, have 6 players. It's just,
yeah, maybe. I never thought about
it's
it
not,
that way.
it feels like a small, closed
Yeah.
something, not really a tournament.
I guess it's a shame for Hare Krishna, though. He played extremely
He actually played so well. Another Indian guy who's doing incredibly
Yeah.
well.
But this one actually has a good rating. And it's easier to play Indian player with 2700 than
You
one
mean
with
he's
with
good?
2000.
It's
Yeah.
not something random. Yeah, it's true.
At
But
least
it
now,
might be nice for Giri. His rating has gone up, and he might have been
Yeah.
really waiting for this win in a strong tournament.
I can't imagine Magnus is complaining about his form as well.
Who? About his
Magnus.
own form?
Yeah.
No. Also, yeah, he might have been waiting for him to make some good result in some super tournament himself, because he had some struggles, but now he's really in shape. It's crazy.
I mean, it's insane that he's still like the best player in the world when he's out of shape. And now when he's in shape, he's like...
No, but I love this. Okay, so Gawain Jones is one of my good friends, but he lost a piece against Magnus, and still Magnus managed to outplay him.
Yeah, Magnus lost a piece against Gawain, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Magnus still managed to outplay him, even a piece down,
Yeah.
and eventually won. And like the whole world was like, officially Magnus is now a piece better than everyone else, second tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, but
we should probably go back to what we are supposed to talk about.
probably. But it's kind of a shame when, like, that we can't talk about Magnus games, really. Those are the games that I watch during the breaks, I have to admit.
Yeah, actually, we're really nerdy. So when we have breaks, we just watch other games instead. No, but okay. We hope some of these guys will be up and coming challengers to Magnus someday.
Definitely.
So let's see.
We looked at rook AE8 and A3 was played.
What did we talk about here? We said rook AE8 was a little bit strange.
Yeah, but somehow this move A3 is like...
What's the point?
No, but if white got to play B4, then I would like white's position, but I think it's quite far away from making B4 work, isn't it? Ah, okay, no, black is trying this maneuver to increase the pressure with bishop C7.
So the pressure on the E5 pawn.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's trying to play bishop C7 and just maybe take this pawn.
And how is white trying to defend it?
Yeah, it's actually a fun way to play it. I've never seen this before. I wouldn't say criticizing, but I was putting some question marks on this rook E8. But this looks good, or at least pleasant for black. You put the bishop on C7 and I don't see what white is supposed to do.
You neither. Now I have to do this basic calculation. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Defending it. So, if we push H5, bishop C7, aren't we just in time to play knight G4? Which is threatening all kinds of stuff against the king, I believe. Or...
I have no clue.
If this works, black is like almost mated. If it doesn't work...
Almost. But H5, can you play something else? Just to...
But isn't that like the idea?
Yeah, but maybe you start with F5.
What?
You can't. Okay, you take
No,
it.
you just take it.
Yeah, because... Okay. What about bishop C7 and then F5?
Yeah, that's interesting for sure. F5. F5. And if I take... Probably you will take here? Or no?
I am not sure. Maybe take with the knight even on F6.
Knight takes... But then take here... This must be pleasant for white, right? He has the E4 square.
But what? You take with the rook and F6 and then you wanna play what?
Maybe... Okay, take...
Queen 6.
Knight E4.
And you're telling me this pawn on E6 is going to be a problem.
And the knight on E4. I think this looks good for white.
Yeah, I agree.
But otherwise, like... Okay, I think the messy stuff is if you take on F4. Now...
But then we
things are
need to
going
calculate,
down.
you know.
Yeah, I
this
never
is-
liked calculating. Take here. I'm guessing you have to take back. I don't see anything better than taking here. But this might be good for black, actually.
Maybe play H6 first.
Ah, it's
I-
like...
Ah,
No,
you
but then
can't.
bishop takes.
Yeah.
But queen takes here. And...
What is this?
I'm not... I don't know anything. I think it's good for black, but I'm not sure.
I think it's chaos.
Well, it definitely is.
But you're not threatening anything. I don't know why, but I like H6 and then I want to play knight E4 again.
Okay, let's try stuff. Here, king H8, knight E4. Let's say rook G8. I'm gonna claim that white's king is weaker than black's king.
And you might be right.
And then some knight e5 ideas, I'm guessing. I think I prefer black.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
queen on f4 is sort of a monster, actually.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of it.
It's a problem. So this might be... You've solved the problem.
Well, for me at least, but probably... No, he's still thinking of the bishop d8.
But you need to have a solution for this bishop c7 anyway. So here f5, can you do something else?
But I mean... I think it's the attack is starting to become really dangerous.
What attack?
Okay.
f5 still.
You still believe in f5?
But we said it was just good for black. Why shouldn't I believe in it?
Oh wait, yeah, the bishop takes f4. Sorry, I thought the... I forgot the conclusion. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So
Maybe this is the plan. Obviously h5 knight g4 might not be the only idea.
now we are missing a pawn again.
Yeah. It's easy to just switch game. Hello. Where are you? No, it's not coming back. We can take this pawn.
Oh, it come back now.
Yeah, now it's back.
Came back. Super. So, I don't know. Then you need to find something else with white, because you need to be able to do something against bishop c7. But what?
Can't you just let Das Soham solve this?
Can you sacrifice this pawn, just play b4 now?
b4.
You wanted to play b4, now at least one less defending it.
Fair enough. So do we play bishop c7?
You just ignore it.
Yeah.
Nice. No, but then I take and I play rook b. Oh, you take with the knight.
Yeah.
Damn it. And I still have the same problem, just with one tempo less. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. So it might be that black is just doing well.
Yeah.
Let's switch
But
games.
like you mentioned, it's a mess. We could very well be missing quite a lot of tactical points here.
No. We see everything.
Yeah.
How does...
Seems very good for Hampus.
Hampus is doing well, you say?
I think so.
I'm trying to look in the chat, but nobody's writing.
No. And we saw f4. I don't believe in f4. c5. Like we mentioned, this was played. And now I think white will live to regret the move f4.
Yeah.
It's usually a move you regret. And this I don't believe in either, because this knight on e5... I've played similar types of positions when I was younger and very like... oh, I get to play f5 and sometimes even f6 and it looks so good. But then with a knight on e5, suddenly you realize you're stuck. And then you just lose. It was so... took me so long to understand how strong a knight on e5 can be. And b3...
It seems also weakening, right?
Yeah, white is not playing very well here, I think. I mean, the knights are just moving around. The bishop on g7, the knight on e5.
I actually think
d5.
this just is just very bad for white.
I think so too.
Oh,
H2
come
looks-
on. I'm cheering for you, Savita.
No, maybe queen c7 looks quite annoying, threatening a mate on h2. And if you move the knight somewhere, you can take on d4 and c2 maybe.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, like all of black's pieces are so great in this
Yeah,
position.
it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Like both bishops and...
I bet for a black win in this, so I'm happy.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't. But I still believe in her. She might not win this game, but she'll come back.
She'll win the other games.
Exactly.
Theodore.
Kenneskog.
Bishop b2, rook e8.
So if you translate his name, it's Noah Forest.
Yeah, it's not Van Forest, but Noah Forest.
Noah Forest and Fan Forest. That's actually very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You always keep making these jokes when you're tired. And I was like...
Okay, so no, this was interesting because we were talking about this e4 and knight h4. And
I still don't understand why not knight h4.
But now you move the rook, so...
But still, knight h4. How do you solve it?
Because you're trapping the queen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just really good, but he didn't see it.
Or maybe we're missing something.
Because maybe he doesn't know a forest.
King f8. No, I want to go here.
Yeah, I know. I also...
No, but like knight f5. Just grab the bishop here and be happy. I'm happy.
I want to play queen g6 just because it looks fun.
Yeah. b5 doesn't... Might be good as well, but it doesn't strike me as it's natural. Knight takes, e4. Suddenly...
I think now I'm more worried about the attack.
I agree.
So black is probably going to start attacking soon.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we have as much counterplay as we had before.
I agree. Now we basically have... Okay, well, they played d5, but we basically have a bishop on b2 that might become weak. And I mean, white will have to play on the b7 pawn, but it's just a pawn.
It might just be dead, actually.
What?
The bishop on b2. It's not doing anything, it's difficult to activate it.
Yeah. You can put it on a3, but not anything.
Actually,
So
no
knight
spoilers,
b3.
but I like how black is playing this position now. Like
b6,
white,
I like, yeah, restricting the knight.
exactly, and
Look at the two white bishops. They're not...
no, but he's making a fort. Look, so like no, actually look at the white pieces. You know, he's made a little pyramid, some kind of house. But what I like about black's play here, that white has moved all his pieces to the queen side, where they look really stupid, and now black is just regrouping and attacking. And
yeah, black is playing well here. Just lifting everything towards the king. Queen f...
already here, I think it's very unpleasant to be white.
I think it's almost lost already. Like knight g5 is coming, sacrifice on h3.
Maybe there is some defense here. But
Yeah.
you probably need to play
But like
it.
maybe bishop b3, bishop d1, something. Try to defend that way.
Exactly, something
But
like
like
this.
it seems very slow. I think white panicked here, he pushed f4.
4 can't be right.
No, and now something is jumping into g4.
And now it looks...
Yeah, and you can't play king g1 because you take on
lost.
h3.
Oh, poor Kenneskog. I think I would call this a wood fire. His wood is on fire.
You're tired, aren't you?
Yeah.
Queen is... He sacrificed a piece. What's going on?
It's just lost, right? How do you defend?
I think so.
Like knight
White
f2 is threatening.
Yeah. Knight f2, queen g3 mate. And white can't really do anything. It's actually a really nice attacking game for black, if it wasn't for this knight h4 in the beginning.
Yeah. Actually, I have a nice move. Can you defend against knight f... After knight f2, can you defend against... No. I'm trying to say... Black is threatening knight f2 and then queen g3. Can you defend against it somehow?
No,
Not at all.
don't believe so. Do you see anything?
No, I'm trying.
Rook takes c6 is like the best try I've seen.
It's just mate. Then
And
take the
queen takes
knight.
f2. Yeah, that's the best try I've seen so far. No, this is over. He will resign.
I think so too. Maybe take on e4 and then play rook c2.
Fair enough. That's a try.
We are trying to defend desperately, but
Rook c2. Where is the mate? Okay, I'm boring. Resign.
difficult to argue with that.
I don't know.
No,
where we
queen
ended up.
c4. No, I can't even play. It's still hanging.
I think
Okay.
we can look at another game. This one's over.
Poor Kenneskog.
But realistically, Siddharth should be very satisfied with his performance if he beats Kenneskog now with black and they won in the first game. And he has beaten 2,300 players.
Maybe, no, okay, I'll stop the jokes. Next game.
What? I can't even remember which game this is. Ah, Khan listens to me. He plays b5.
We were discussing this for a long time, like, yeah, what are you supposed to play? But we eventually came up with b5 is, it should be played anyway at some point, so why not just do it?
Yeah, the database says that there's like a correspondence game played with b5, which is a good sign that b5 is actually a good move.
But then white played a novelty.
Yeah, d5. And white, yeah, it's a very calm move, a6. But I kind of
Yeah.
like it. I like this move b5. I think really white should have taken on b6, because now the pawn structure isn't even that great for white.
I agree. But
This
we-
is cool. This is very cool.
Getting all your pieces back to starting position.
Yeah. Yeah, saying like, what do you get? And the answer is like nothing. And bishop b7. And I mean, white has some squares, but so does black, right?
Yeah, and I don't think it's enough compensation for the
No.
pawn suddenly. Okay, maybe if you get your knight to d6 somehow and...
He's trying that, but white, you just take another pawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Bishop takes. Uh-huh. Oh, this is nice. The knight on d3, what a monster it will become. Yeah, this is a great game by Khan, I think.
I agree.
And
So,
I think his position is just great.
I think this shows much more than the other games he has played in this tournament. How good he can play.
He played extremely good this morning, on the other hand.
Yeah, okay, but the first round he...
Yeah, that wasn't great. But I mean, this game isn't over. I mean, it's an exchange, but
No, okay.
I think it's comfortable for black, for sure.
I think he'll completely outplay him also from here.
I think so too. Because eventually white will have to probably sacrifice.
The exchange back.
Yeah, and maybe he will get one pawn for it, and then he'll have to
Defend.
struggle.
Yeah.
But also the pawn is on f4 and not f2, so it's difficult to defend even a rook endgame. How about this game? Was it a quick draw?
None of the game has finished yet, or what?
I don't think so. Or
It's incredible.
yeah. He played for a win. Bishop h2.
I like that. Shout out to Fischer playing for a
I
win.
like the spirit. I don't like the possession.
No, but we like the spirit. We like
Yeah.
people who play on.
But I really don't like the position. Like,
Shh, don't ruin it.
yeah, okay, yeah. Knight b6, knight c4 is coming.
Yeah, but actually go one back. If you play knight c4 here, you have to take it.
Yeah,
Isn't that also nice?
but isn't the pawn hanging on d6?
Ah, the pawn. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's even, yeah, here I guess. But knight b6, isn't that like extremely annoying? Considering even knight a4 is probably a good idea.
I think this is just very good for black, right?
I wouldn't want to play white.
This attack is not working, that's the problem.
Knight c4, things are...
Getting
Coming.
ugly.
Oh, look at those knights. Are you impressed by Kvaløy so far?
Yeah, actually, okay. The game this morning wasn't great.
He was outplayed.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly. But then this I like. I'm not sure if he had taken some kind of repetition. I understand he's lower rated, but you come here to win, right? But this is showing really good quality chess.
Yeah. I also think that he is little bit aware that white is 200 points higher. He's playing white. He is not the one who wants the repetition.
No,
either.
but maybe he's very smart. Like he's
Yeah.
forcing white to pick a position that's just bad.
Yeah. No, I think black is just winning actually.
Oh, that great. Yeah, okay, maybe it looks...
Yeah, like... I mean, I definitely think you have to take here. Somehow rook takes. But how do you defend? d4 is hanging. This is hanging. This is hanging.
True.
c3 just begs for some kind of sacrifice, or queen b6. So I actually think the position is just winning for black. I mean, what attack is going on here?
No, but that's the problem, right? White
Yeah.
doesn't have an attack. So
Um,
actually, maybe it's a really smart opening choice also. Just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one is writing in the chat.
No one is writing. I thought maybe some of the Norwegian fans would come out when we started to talk about one of their young Norwegian
Yeah.
players.
I think there are a lot of players from India watching.
Indian players watching.
Yeah.
Shout out to India. I was there 2016.
We actually met in India.
Yes, that's where our friendship started, in India, during
Yeah.
very poor conditions.
Yeah. During the World Junior Championship.
It was mostly actually, what's it called? We were in desperate times, so
Yeah.
you were the only solution I found to that. Try to
Thank
find
you.
some people to speak to.
Thank you. What an honor.
Yeah, I lost, I don't know, 80 rating points during that tournament. And that wasn't even the worst part. So
I didn't do that badly in the end.
no,
actually.
you lost like the first two and then you came back, right?
Yeah, I lost the first 3 games against considerably low-rated players, and then I finished like on one of the top boards, playing one of the top seeds with black and making a draw without any problems.
Yeah, I did the opposite. I drew some Indian girl,
Yeah.
like 250 points higher rated than me. And then I started losing every game after that.
Like after 2 rounds, the tournament Lokander Memorial was actually... The invitation came out.
Look at the memorial.
Yeah, a joke from one of my friends.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
So yeah, but I hope a lot of Indian players are watching. We're trying to cover all games.
Yeah.
So, and there are, I don't know, 4 Indian players?
at least.
Or 5. So we at least have some Indian players to talk about. But I was expecting the Norwegians to jump out of their caves, eller hytte, when they...
Wait, what?
Isn't that what they call the small houses on the countryside, in the mountains?
I have no idea.
Hytta.
Probably. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
To say something about Axel, but we'll follow his game. Should we
Yeah.
talk about chess instead of just rambling
Yeah.
on like idiots?
Um,
Sometimes it's been out of control.
but what that happens when...
Friends talking.
Yeah, and also like... It's strange if we just keep talking chess. Like we're
robots.
humans too. We have almost a life outside of chess. So, what do you think?
Black is a pawn up, I think.
Why? What?
He's not even a pawn up.
He's not a pawn up. But I still think black is a good position. He has the bishop pair. The pawn on c4 looks stable.
It felt like he was a pawn up. Because
That's a better description.
Yeah.
It feels like black is a pawn up.
Exactly, because also these pawns on the queen side, they're going to get pushed, and the bishops are very nice to help them along the way.
I mean, yeah, the bishop on e4 looks kind of dangerous, and it's very good. It's both attacking and defending.
It's multitasking.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else to say. No.
Not really.
This was the game with your student. They had some...
And he's not losing this one, I think. But is he winning?
Yeah, is he winning? This actually looks very nice for black.
Okay, we have so many things have happened, so I'll just quickly skip through. King e7. He took, which is usually a good decision, but knight b3 I don't like. Where is he heading?
Where is he heading?
What move would I play with white?
Knight b1.
I think so.
Yeah, to c3.
Unless there's bishop b4.
But bishop b4, you can play bishop d2.
Okay, I'll just make some moves. Bishop b4, I'm trying to prevent knight c3, but if you
Bishop
play bishop d2, then I'll take.
And I'll take.
And rook c8. You'll have to play bishop d3,
d3.
right? And now I want to do something clever. But I'm not clever.
I know it's usually a problem, but...
I don't think black's that much worse. Okay, knight b1. But like, knight b3, where are you going with the knight? It feels like he's just trying to exchange stuff. And black is the one who's playing really well here. Getting rid of the double pawn.
I don't know, it feels like... And not to criticize your student, but it feels like white is playing without a plan, and black is just doing the normal stuff, and then ends up better, right?
Yeah, but my student is playing black.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But you said he played really well. I just meant he was doing all the logical stuff, but white is not doing anything.
I meant like that. Yeah, but I mean, you can't do much more than play good moves, right?
No, exactly, but it was more a critique of the white player who didn't seem to have a clear plan. He's exchanging everything, but now he still has a weird knight on b3, and this bishop is going to be bad.
Black has the good bishop, and now he will try to walk with the king. But okay, I see. Okay, so I thought he could play king c6, but then I realized d5. And this is probably not something you want to allow because the h pawn can run.
One of the Norwegian guys came out of his hytta.
What did he say?
He said Axel wouldn't go for a draw, and the prep was until bishop h2.
The prep? Okay. Is that like Axel writing? How does he know how long the prep was until? Must be someone.
Maybe his dad or something.
Yeah.
But okay, you can't really decide because you can't force white to play bishop h2.
That's true. But I mean,
no, but
he's clearly someone who knows Axel really well, and if it's true that he's the type of player that wouldn't go for a draw, then I'm an even bigger fan of his play.
Yeah, but we already said, like, we really like the spirit when people play on, especially when it's a normal event, you know. It's much more fun if people really try to win also against the better players. And
totally.
Now it's sometime...
There have been plenty of upsets, rating upsets at least, in this tournament so far.
And I think actually, so Axel is so young that okay, he will play a lot of tournaments, so it doesn't matter if you win or lose rating. At some point, he's going to just gain, right?
Of course.
So you want to go back to this game because you're very proud, I can see.
No, I'm just very interested in if he can win this or not.
I want to know what happens if you play b5, b4. You...
Maybe I want to know that too.
Maybe. Why maybe?
Because I'm thinking if I should push d5, g4. I think I should push g5, g4. At least at some point.
We got another question. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll take it after. I want to push b5, b4.
Yeah. And I'm thinking I might want to push g5, g4.
But maybe you can start with that and then push.
Yeah. I mean, we want to do everything.
We have a lot of time.
But king b5?
I don't quite get either.
I'm not a big fan of king b5. Aha, okay.
What's the idea?
I'm guessing he wants to put the king on d5 and push e5 at some point. I'm not sure. I feel like maybe white is solid enough to make a draw, but...
I want to mention something. Just because
Go ahead.
all levels. But what is really nice about this position is that the black bishop got all its pawns on the white squares, and the white's black bishop got all his pawns on the black squares. So that's why we know like it's black that's pressing for the win, because the pawns are kind of weak.
Yeah, the bishop is bad because he can only like defend the pawns.
Exactly.
And black will try to attack the pawns.
And then the other thing is that the black king is more active.
At the moment, at least.
Yeah. And which is really, really important in endgames. It's actually often the strongest piece is the king. So, I don't know. I didn't really like king b5, but I think black must be close to having some really unpleasant play against white, I would say.
I agree.
And if he's a real pro, he's going to move his pieces around for 45 moves, then make a pawn move, and then move again 45 times. That's how you're playing these positions, just waiting until white makes a mistake. Try to improve a little with black. Maybe push g5, g4, as you said. Yeah.
I agree.
Do you think he'll win?
No, I think it will be a draw.
I think so too.
But he has played plenty of these positions before, where he's pushing for a win.
Mm.
But usually when he plays like against the other juniors just don't know how to defend. And now he's actually playing against a good player that won't go down without a fight.
Mm. That's true. Okay, we got a question. Okay. What is the best music to enjoy when you study chess?
Okay, you'll have to answer this one first while I think about it.
So, when I study chess, I don't really listen to music, but it's because I get distracted. So I would say classical, because I can listen to that without thinking too much. I usually listen to rock, and I don't think that's very good when you study chess, because it's too much going on and you want to focus on just the play.
I mean, we established 2 years ago that you have quite aggressive music taste. So,
it's not aggressive, I just like when something happens and you don't sing about the same things over and over again, like partying as they do in pop music.
Fine.
Martin loves Taylor Swift, by the way.
Not loves. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I listen to quite a lot of different music. I usually don't study chess anymore, but I mean, I work with chess, but I don't study chess for my own sake.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I usually listen to my usual playlist on Spotify.
But actually now, it's just really random now, but they made some studies, like if you listen to music when you're prepping for an exam, for example, it might help you remember the things you are looking at while listening to the music. So if you have the same music during the exam, for example, but
Yeah.
you can't really listen to music while playing chess. So
I've actually played the tournament where there's like an orchestra playing at the same time in a playing venue.
really,
Yeah,
I
I mean
played-
that was like the idea of the tournament, like it was classical music.
because in the Reykjavik Open, which is a really nice tournament, I'm totally doing some advertisement here. I've played it 3 times, and sometimes they have concerts, like randomly during the tournament, and they gave like what it's called for the ears. So the
Yeah,
players,
earbuds.
yeah, but it's some really random music sometimes, and I just think it's it's both funny but also really random. They had some exotic drum music one year, and I was just like, what is going on?
Like I think a few years ago I wouldn't have minded that much. Nowadays I'm like older and a bit grumpier, so now I'm just like keep the noise down, you young people. So yeah.
Someone is writing they enjoy your book.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's also a surprise to me.
Yeah, they're not enjoying your book.
I haven't written any book.
Exactly.
Yeah. But your book is nice.
Thank you.
It's a good comment.
You're playing E5, so that obviously worked.
Yeah, actually, and I didn't before it came out. So
Yeah.
When are you going to write your next book?
Probably not going to.
Never.
No.
It's a lot of work. We should go back to the top board, maybe.
I just wanna see. I mean, White is trying to make a draw, but will he succeed? I just wanna know what's going on here. King D5 surely should be played, and King A4 can't work. I'm guessing. Why are they? No, don't take the draw. What are you doing? I'm hoping he's just trying to make the time control, but he has like 45 minutes.
No, I think maybe he's blocking King B4 or something.
But he's repeating. This is the position.
Ah.
Why isn't he
No.
playing?
Okay, so now I'm going to criticize Martin.
Oh wait, actually. Can he play King B4 here?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and it just doesn't work. Okay.
But again, I'm going to criticize Martin because it's his student. So, no draws, Martin, for your student. He should fight on in these positions and really try to push. Because he can never lose. Okay, never, but it's really difficult to lose, so you should play on. But maybe the whole mistake was going back with the king, right?
Possibly. I mean, it's so difficult to know without studying this very intensively, which we don't really have the opportunity to. Someone's writing what?
No. I was looking, but nobody was writing. Maybe Nils will tell me what's going on in this endgame if I ask him very nicely.
Wait, so White didn't want the repetition? Uh-huh.
He's playing for the win now.
Yeah, well, A4 isn't a bad move. I was just surprised that it didn't go for the repetition. So King D5 now, come on. Because otherwise, if White gets to play King C4, I don't think there's any winning chances.
But maybe Bishop B4? No, because then you go back and you have time to push E5. If you go Bishop H6, Bishop D2, E5, I meant.
Isn't this just... Ah, what's going on?
What are you doing?
I didn't do anything.
Mm.
Did he play B5? I don't know.
Also makes sense,
But
but
either way-
that's more drawish. The other thing is also drawish.
Yeah.
What is going
This
on
stupid
with
program.
this?
I
But
don't know.
we didn't have any problems before.
Let's just refresh this site and hopefully something will happen. Is my hair okay?
Never.
Yeah. It's Sunday tomorrow, so I can't go to the barbershop, but...
We had a result, so Kenneskog lost.
Oh, yeah, but that's what we expected.
Yeah.
What did he play? Queen H4. He took on C6, he found the best move. And he took here.
Okay.
Rook takes, Rook D1, Queen takes, E3 resigns. And that's a good decision, I think. Yeah. Sorry, Theodore.
You have 3 pieces, but okay, everything is hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's poor Theodore.
Everything after black pushed e4 it seemed so straightforward. I don't believe in this b5.
No,
Knight h4? White must be better.
exactly. Or some other natural move, maybe knight a4. Might also be okay.
Yeah. But this went very straightforward for black. He's been playing quite well, I think.
Siddharth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So also a player to be scared of.
There are many players here to be scared of. How about Blomqvist? What's going on? Let's go back. We left here. And I thought queen a4, but instead... Okay, we went... It's the same thing. But rook d2. And... for some reason you can't take on b7. Because if it's possible to take a pawn, Blomqvist will take a pawn.
That's actually one of the... It must be the most true rule about Blomqvist. He always takes the pawns.
I don't know if it's true, but we keep teasing him about it.
No, but it's completely true. You can't take it because of rook b8, right?
Maybe. Rook b8, queen back.
And take on b2.
Queen a8.
And rook b8.
And queen a7. And I'm not happy with white, but I'm fighting. But also I thought maybe there are some ideas with pushing e3 here actually.
Yeah, you might be right.
But okay, he just pushes the pawn b4, g3, making some space for the king, putting all the pawns on the right color, but suddenly the queen might be not so happy.
Cut off.
Rook a d1.
It's always annoying when you have some kind of piece that's really offside and you need to spend like 2-3 moves getting it back into play.
This doesn't look right.
Rook d1.
No, the entire position.
Actually, rook d1. No. Why is it not?
What happens if you play bishop c4 here?
No, but what about bishop h3?
But
also this.
isn't this just completely losing?
But I also like the other move. We look at both. Please say we look at both.
Okay, we'll look at bishop h3, threatening what?
To take on...
Take on e2.
Exactly. And the problem is, if you take on d2, I take with the queen and everything is again hanging.
That's correct. So probably I will have to move this rook. Or even queen a4 actually is better.
But you still take on e2.
I will take on e2.
Ah, I'm sorry. Maybe rook somewhere. Okay, look at bishop c4. I give up.
No, I think black is a good position either way, but I just don't see how to not lose immediately here.
No, poor flower fox.
I'm guessing there's no way we're getting him out tonight.
Ah, maybe you need a drink when it's not going very well.
Yeah.
It's like all the strong players during tournaments. They only play the blitz side event if they're doing really badly.
Yeah, that's true. So it seems like Stupak is gonna win with black against Blomqvist, which would be a great achievement for Stupak.
Definitely.
And a sad day for Sweden.
Sad day for Sweden.
How about my top pick, Mayorov? Let's go back. Queen a5. Really liked. Yeah, he played f3. I thought he might go for this, but okay. I didn't see this. Take on d7. But still like black.
Me too.
Because the bishop on e4 can be a monster. And the bishop on b2 can...
The bishop on e4 is a monster.
Yeah. So, you mean just should try to avoid trading queens, I guess.
But maybe now queen e8 and go to the other side, maybe? Or is that too...
Probably, but the pawn is
strange?
hanging on b6 as well.
On b6.
So white is trying to compensate with some kind of activity along the d file.
D file.
Rook c5. But now probably rook d6 back. Unless we can take on c4. Still think black is pushing.
But he must have been even better earlier.
Yeah, possibly.
It feels like white at least got some kind of compensation here, but the d5.
Yeah. No, I agree. But still, black won't lose, I think.
No.
Queen b4. Ah, okay, so queen c6 to rook d6.
But now queen d8. e8.
And take on b6.
Yeah. I wanted to go queen g6, but you just protect.
Maybe it's actually time to admit something has gone wrong.
He did.
Like he did. And now just towards a draw, I'm guessing.
Is he taking on e5 now, or is it suicide?
Isn't the rook just trapped?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, but he might just...
but rook c6 looks good, and then rook c8, and then probably it will be a draw. If the rooks are just exchanged.
Okay, but it's a little bit of a shame. I felt like Jungmin had some nice pressure.
But I mean, he can't complain so much about the result. It's a good result, and he's like outside the window, so we should switch games.
Just to clarify, they can't see the games, but
yeah, they can see us, but not the games.
Yeah,
they can see us moving our mouth, and they can't hear us, I hope. Are they still on move 18? And stupid mouse pad. Bishop d8. How did he solve this? Queen
why
g4.
can't you use the mouse?
We're not having enough USB ports.
That was the problem.
2019. USB ports.
Yes. Actually, okay. The reason we didn't have any live show yesterday was because the computer was so bad it wasn't able to run internet.
Yeah,
and I'm not even joking.
It ran the internet, but not enough to do live stream. We solved it now. We're having a better computer, and black should be doing alright.
Come on, you took all the fun out of it. It was like a toaster. Okay, yeah, what did you say?
I think black is doing well.
Yeah, but we said that earlier also.
I can't repeat myself.
Of course you can.
So I can't repeat myself?
Of course you can.
But okay, it's a matter of how you continue. At some point, I think you would play a6 b5 anyway.
But can you please go back some moves? Like, how did we get... We got f5, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Like this. But now the queen is also strange if you don't have an attack.
Well, I'm guessing he's trying to claim he has an attack. But he probably doesn't have one.
No, because like you can play knight g5, but h6 you go back, and you can never take on h6 because the rooks are defending everything.
I was thinking... Oh yeah, you're right.
You're thinking g6? But that's
I
a little...
thought g6, but...
It's a little bit weakening, right? Because of the dark squares, and you have the dark square
I think
bishop.
your move h6 is just better.
I'm used to defending London.
Yeah. I'm used to not having to defend.
Haven't been there. Should we take 2 minutes break?
Yeah, we should take a break before it's like, what do you call it?
Time
scramble. Yeah.
Time scramble.
Isn't that a word?
Probably.
I don't know. Anyway, I think we'll take a short break and we'll be back
Yeah, feel free to write some questions in the chat while we are away. Then we will answer them when we come back.
Yeah. So, bye for now. Okay, we're back. And sorry about the long break. We got caught in the analysis of Kenneth Cook's game.
Very interesting, and I gotta say I was impressed by the other guy.
Yeah,
he seemed
a bit
very
better than
confident.
2100.
Yeah, I would also say he was completely wrecking
Yeah.
us in every variation, and seemed very confident. I can't say I checked everything he said,
No.
but I will say I expect him to do well in this tournament.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should be on camera actually. So.
That's better.
Okay, so we're in time trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
so
they are, but
we wanted to get back so we could follow like all
Yeah.
the struggles.
and we just update so we get the games. And I think there are some results, right?
Oh, so we missed something.
There are several results actually.
Oh,
Blomqvist
shit.
lost like we
Oh.
expected. After b6, we queen d4. It's not a move we looked at, but it looks good as well.
Also
we can
good.
take on d2. e3 is coming. Queen f4. Take.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful move.
That's just crushing.
Oh,
So
That's
you should show
resigns.
on the board.
yeah. So if we take the bishop, we will take on f2 and we will take the rook. And yeah, if we take on d2, we will take here and we will win a piece at least, which is quite nice. So he instead decided to resign. Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He is a grandmaster, Stupak, so Eric didn't feel like fighting a piece down.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Mm.
Unfortunate for Eric. Very nice for Stupak beating one of the grandmasters with black and quite quickly as well. Only 28
Poor
moves.
Eric.
Yeah, I feel for him.
Okay, so also Hugo and Leo,
They made a draw.
made a draw.
So we can just quickly...
I'm a little bit disappointed in this. I wanted him to fight on.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why the king had to go all the way back, because now... Well, I still wouldn't take the draw so easily, but...
No, but now it's difficult to find a plan. Before, at least, you had some
Yeah.
idea of playing b5 and
Still push e5 at some point.
yeah.
But for some, I mean, I can understand it for both, but they both lost both games in quite terrible fashion.
Definitely.
And it's nice for them to just get a point.
So, yeah, because you want to stop the bleeding, and get some confidence that you're not going to lose every game in this tournament. And even for Leo, who's higher rated, it still feels good to, just stop losing.
Yeah.
I know it was only 2 games, but still. And they have a lot of games to go and an early morning round, so...
Definitely. Hugo, I actually heard that Hugo is like going to school tomorrow and then
Yeah, that's completely
after
crazy.
school going to the game and
Not tomorrow, it's Sunday, but
it's Sunday
Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday, when there's only a single round, he's going to school before the round.
it feels like this is a Sunday, but I don't know why.
Because we did nothing yesterday.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 games are left. There are like 6 games going. Should we take a look at second board? Mayorov is playing Seo.
And it still feels better for black because we have an extra pawn.
It's an extra pawn. The king is weak. E5 is weak.
Okay, but you should at least watch out for e4 right now.
Yeah, the E5 remains weak.
What's that you mean?
There's-
Always when someone is slamming the door, I just assume it's him.
Yeah, it's a problem, but okay, I think it's defendable for white because this threat of e4. Maybe he should play rook g4.
Yeah, I was actually considering this an
And if it
exchange.
takes, we have to take with the bishop. We'll just have to show that if we don't do anything, white will have this move e4, attacking the king and the bishop.
It
we
might
need to
still be a
take-
draw, though.
Yeah. We should mention that, like, with opposite colored bishops, like this one, when you have 1 light squared and 1 dark squared,
It's
they're quite...
difficult.
Yeah, the margin of making a draw is usually quite big, especially when the rooks come off the board.
And especially when there's no queens.
Yeah.
So the problem here is that it's a big drawing margin, often.
Probably.
Yeah, but this a-pawn, it's always tricky when there's some
Yeah.
a-pawn.
Yeah. No, but I mean, he will try for sure. It's black is better.
Also, Jungmin style, he's not just settling for a draw, he's going to push.
Yeah.
So
He's very. I like his fighting spirit.
me
It's very
too,
good.
definitely. If I can say one good thing about him, it's definitely
Yeah.
that he's really fighting and he wants to win, which I like. I
Yeah.
like when people fight for the win.
And he does it against everyone, even
Yeah,
if he plays grandmasters like today. I remember he was playing white against Blomqvist in one tournament in Gothenburg, and Blomqvist just needed a draw to secure to win the tournament.
Mm.
So Blomqvist played the main line and then offered a draw after 10 moves, and Jungmin was like, "No, we fight."
Also, the words "no, we fight."
He could have just made a move and declined, but he had to say, "No, we fight."
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll come back to this game
Yeah.
because
I have a
some of
feeling
the
that
other people are in deep time trouble.
It
Like
should
this
be
game,
time trouble.
it's just so random because they're in huge time trouble, but it's just a really middle game position on the board.
Yeah, they're both on about
Oh.
1 minute. But at least the queens are off the board now.
But go back, what happened in this game? This looks completely crazy.
There was this h6, queen e8. I have to mention that if he takes, the knight takes, threatening checkmate on h7 is dangerous.
Yeah.
You have to play g6 and suddenly white can take pretty much everything.
This is no good.
Yeah. So this is why
Queen e8.
black decided to trade the queens.
And this should still be better for black, I think.
Yeah, but it's more like, is it too close to win? It's like
Might be, yeah.
knight d8.
b4.
Yeah, I think this is a bit ambitious. I mean, he shouldn't be the one.
Opening the position now.
Yeah, and I don't really understand why he doesn't take the pawn.
I would have taken the pawn. Blomqvist would have taken the pawn.
He would immediately have taken the pawn. And then the knight can come to c5, and there's a fantastic position, as far as I can tell. But instead he kept it closed, and b5, and
Now it's even now it's even more difficult to win
yeah.
because everything is closed off on the queen side. And he got 2 bishops, so usually you're not very happy with closed positions when you get the bishop here.
But both have the bishop here.
No, but if black is trying to win, he
Oh, you
would
mean-
like to open everything, you know.
Yeah. I feel like when we're talking for like 7 hours a day, we get the sore throats.
Yeah. And we also start saying like random stuff
Yeah.
and misunderstanding
tiring.
each other.
It's not an easy job commentating chess.
No, actually. Also, I feel like we talk a lot about chess.
What do you want to talk about?
No, I like that we talk about chess, but you know, it gets difficult because you need to keep sharp in every variation, and you know.
It's true. So what are you feeling for dinner?
I was feeling nachos with a lot of cheese and watching a movie.
Nachos and movies.
Yeah, but there was this culture thing you were talking
Yeah,
about.
we might go to that if you want to.
If I can manage to.
Unless you're too tired.
But what happened here? No, you need to go back 5 moves.
There was actually a tactical trick here that both players missed. You can take and play e6, and you're threatening the rook and the knight.
Oh, that's nice.
And white actually had a fantastic chance of winning there.
But they both missed it.
Yeah. It's
Time
quite
travel.
easy actually. When everything is so close and you feel like where should the pieces be and so on, and you miss this
Yeah.
tactical stuff.
But also time trouble, it's a problem.
Yeah. And usually you trust your opponent for some reason.
Yeah, that's even more weird, right?
Yeah. But still, white is the one pushing here. He will play knight f4, bishop takes, he will double on the h file, try to put some pressure here.
Definitely.
So I feel like this game has been...
Turned.
yeah.
It's a shame because I really like Black's play. There in the middle game, he did a lot of good moves, he had a plan.
Yeah. It was a good fighting game.
Definitely.
Well, it is. It's not over. Oh, this is a mess. I can't even remember what game is this.
It's Hampus.
How are we supposed to grasp what's going on? We left like 200 years ago of this game.
Once upon a time.
I remember I thought queen c7 here. But I mean, we have to catch up. It takes a pawn, queen h3. Okay, so Hampus has won a pawn, but white is trying to attack. Knight g3, and now something is gonna jump into f5 soon for a brutal attack. And okay, we can't go knight f5 now because we have queen c5 check, and black gains valuable time to defend his king.
Vad händer?
f5.
Sorry.
What?
I got very distracted because someone is screaming outside of the commentating room.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So knight d5.
Can you just check the results quickly?
Nothing new, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think actually we should take maybe a break until everything is calmed down.
Yeah, okay. It might be a good idea.
We're
We're really sorry because
quite
it's
soon.
time trouble, but we will come back and summarize, but we have some fight going on.
No, I hope not, but we'll come back as soon as possible.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, we're back and things seems to have settled down. Some players aren't satisfied.
No blood was spilled, but yeah, it wasn't really pretty.
Apart from the chessboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's always a problem,
Yeah.
when you lose.
Well,
Things seems to be not very good.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
So what happened in this game?
well, things are at least a bit clearer in this game. Black is just a healthy pawn up with a pleasant position.
Yes.
And yeah.
They
It's,
moved past
yeah,
time trouble, but it's just Black is completely
yeah, they made
winning.
the 40th move, but yeah, there will be a knight on d3. The pawn on b3 is extremely weak and it's already a pawn up. So
Yeah.
white is basically just lost.
I agree.
Which is good for my bet.
What did I say in this game?
You thought it was a draw, I think.
I'm not doing very well.
I think I made safer bets than you did.
Yes, but I like to play it risky,
Not in chess, but
Not when I play myself. It's very safe, but
yeah.
so also
So-
this, it must be. I know it's opposite colored bishops, but it feels like it should be winning because it's pawns on different flanks, right?
Yeah, definitely. 2 pawns up aren't always winning, especially when they're very close together.
Exactly. But when they are opposite flanks, you can push the one pawn and then push the other, and the bishop can't defend both.
Yeah. Have you heard about the hand rule? I think Nils told me about the hand rule.
The hand rule. Of course,
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
So, basically, this is one of the strangest rules I've heard in chess. But basically, if you have this opposite color bishop endgame, you're winning if you put your hand on the board, and the pawns can't be touched with with these 2 fingers, then you're winning.
Mm.
And in this case, like the B and G, I can't do it on like a 2D board, but on a physical board, I wouldn't be able to touch this B pawn and the G pawn with my same hand.
No. I'm not sure if Nils came up with this rule.
No, I think I read it in a book or something.
Okay, but Nils is just saying it all the time.
Yeah. No, maybe actually Nils is the one who told me as well. I'm not sure. It's the
The
funny
hand
rule.
rule.
I like it.
Also, it makes no sense because some people have very small hands and others has very big hands.
And also here, I think we don't even have to use that rule because there are an extra pair of pawns on the board. Which means that if this bishop sacrifices itself for 1 pawn,
Yeah,
there's
of
still
course.
like an extra pawn to win.
But
the
it
game.
makes sense still. So
Yeah.
when you're in doubt in opposite colored bishops, if the pawns are split, it definitely increases the chances a lot. So
I feel like no one understood what we were talking about when I spoke about the hand rule. But
no, it's just if you physically place your hand on the board, can your little finger and your thumb touch both pawns or not?
yeah. And
It's late.
yeah, but it's a serious rule.
But I've been snacking a lot to keep my blood sugar high.
You have your pecan and salt dark chocolate.
And coffee.
Yeah. Yesterday we had some licorice.
Oh, it was so good. We bought it from this factory, like making really good handmade licorice. We're going there tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Queen, I feel like... Okay, this is just checkmate.
This explains the fight.
Yeah.
So, Kvala, he's
He played well.
it's
It's a good
impressing.
game.
But what happened? Can we go back to where we left off? Just to
We left after knight a4, I believe.
Yeah, and here we said just Black is doing really good.
Queen b6 and the sacrifice came. Here I'm not even sure why you can't take on c3.
No, but everything might be winning, so he just decided to calculate one variation. It's also common.
Yeah.
So basically, okay, you must have heard if you... I think it's Bent Larsen who said if you find a good move, you should look for a better one. Or am I wrong now again?
I don't know, probably. It's
But if you calculate a win, there's no need to look for a better move.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you made a draw. That's nice. But we need to look at some of the other games.
Can
Oh.
I say evolution? I'm winning.
No, sorry, we can't look at this game now because there are many other games going on. So
what's
maybe we can look at it
It's
later.
equal and it's slightly better.
You're better.
Yeah,
I'm winning or slightly or much.
we can just mention that
Can you tell?
Jimin played a draw against Mayoro.
This is-
But we can't look at this game right now.
it's
We
a-
need to be
can I
able
look
to
at the
lock
machine?
the door,
Can I
but it's
look at
not
the
possible.
Can I look at the machine? Oh, it's equal.
Yeah, but we need to look at the other games now. Sorry.
I love this guy. Okay, so we're really trying to get people to get in here and do some commentary on the games when they finish.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's just bursting in here without even being
I mean,
asked.
it's nice that he comes to show the games, but now at least there are many things going on, so we actually need to
time
stay on the
travel,
games.
exactly.
To see
And we
what's
already
going
had
on.
some problems with staying on the games.
Yeah.
So,
So we can't.
what is going on here?
I feel like White doesn't have enough to win this, right? Like, how do you do anything?
Yeah, because you can reroute the knight to anywhere where it's actually attacking
No,
something.
probably. I mean, White is the one with very slight pressure due to this pawn being weak. But
you
there's
can't exploit it.
I don't think so. I can't see a way to do it.
And you can't go with the king anywhere either, and everything's closed, so this must be a draw. Unless someone blunders.
I think so. Well, every game is finishing. How about this game? Is it? No, that's
It's
the game we're
still,
looking at.
Exactly.
Sörensen, knight f4. Still very similar to what we had.
We're still just a pawn up, and
Yeah, but okay, we could probably take and maybe just like rook c3. And you're
I
very,
like that, yeah.
very active.
And the other rook somewhere, and everything is just very nice.
Yeah,
It's actually a good game by Hampus. If
yeah,
he
I
wins.
agree. I mean, the opponent.
Should we make like a game of the day? Or like a game of the round?
Yeah, sure.
When they all have finished. We can't say it before.
No, but
Wait.
what's your favorite for the game of the round so far?
Okay, so I liked Kenneskog's game. So, or should I say Siddharth's game? Because he was the one destroying. And also in his analysis he had seen a lot.
I feel like I'm afraid to pronounce the foreign players' names
You
because I'm not sure.
just say something. They won't correct you. They can't hear it.
Yeah, but I'm always like careful because I don't want to upset anyone if they if I pronounce it wrong.
No, but okay, what to do?
Yeah. King e6.
I'm not even sure how you say Khan's last name. Kusaksari.
Kusuksari.
Kusuksari.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. How many games are still? Trost is playing. He's probably losing. This we haven't seen for a while, right?
Okay, so let's go back to where we left off and just quickly.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it? We totally forgot about this game.
Yeah, actually.
We left around here,
Here.
right? Yeah, he
And
had
we said-
sacrificed in exchange. Now he plays e5.
And we said black has excellent compensation for this exchange.
Yeah. Bishop takes. I mean, the knight on d3 is so good.
And
So
also
it's
the bishop and
understandable.
e5.
But it's understandable that white takes here, just to get rid of it.
No, but he has to. I think, like, if you try to not take,
Yeah, I mean,
what to do?
And here white is fighting for a draw, but I don't think it should be a draw, because if this pawn on h2 instead was on f2, I would say there are decent drawing chances.
I agree.
But now white's king is quite exposed.
You see some mating motives with this bishop and the queen, and
Yeah. And also, if black were able to trade like queens and rooks, I think it's winning the bishop endgame.
I think so too, because now we have not opposite colored bishop, but same color, and
Yeah.
the pawns are
Yeah, and this one is a
exactly.
weakness. So white understandably just tries to attack the king. But I mean, also it's a bit risky what Khan is doing here.
No, I
pawns in
don't
front
think
of
so.
his-
I think it's correct. Oh, what?
I don't know. I mean,
Now queen
Correct or not?
g4?
yeah, I'm not sure if h4 was correct, but
He also played.
take. But like also a6 is hanging with check.
Why couldn't you take on g3 first?
Where?
Here.
It's check.
Sorry.
So bishop f2, h4, king g2.
Rook f8. He's playing so natural also.
Yeah, rook h1. Okay, now this is actually quite bad. If white didn't have time to take a6 anywhere, then there should be a knockout punch.
There should be, but is there?
Yes.
Have you found it?
No. I'm just very confident. But I mean, one of the big problems is that white really can't do anything.
Yes, that's a problem. Can you... but you're threatening the bishop.
Not
not
really.
su- I'm not-
You're threatening queen f3, so that's not an issue. But
No, but you need to move a piece.
there's always like bishop f4 and stuff.
Yeah, of course, but what's the plan?
What does white play? Queen d3?
I don't know. This looks so good for black.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
just the
this
question
is,
is if there is something very concrete that's just winning, or
I think there is, but like, where is the queen supposed to go now? It has to defend g3. Queen f3 doesn't work because I will take it.
d3.
Queen d3, I thought I could play...
Maybe rook d6.
thought rook d6, but then queen f3. And I survive. Maybe there's actually not a knockout punch. It's more like white can't do anything.
A quiet squeeze.
Yeah,
So
probably black will win this.
this other game finished.
Who
It
finished?
seems like this one.
This one. Felt like maybe white could have resigned a bit earlier.
No, but he's fighting. It's good. Fight with the pawns, you know. and just- Not
Yeah, I feel like
they run around with
maybe
the king,
he could
and
have
you know.
resigned a bit earlier. Okay.
No, good fighting spirit. Shout out.
Yeah. Okay, this game is finished. Dev Kusukshari.
What about
This was this
Sørensen?
game. Sørensen. This isn't over. Queen h6.
I was considering this.
This looks good as well. Now knight g4
Yeah,
is a problem.
I forgot to mention it, but I was actually thinking about it. Just to pin everything.
Yeah. So knight g4. And you can't take it because
You're
of the
such a
queen.
trickster. Immediately, knight g4.
That's the idea, isn't it?
It's one of the ideas.
So king g1.
But now, can you take on b1 and play Knight
Probably.
d3? No.
I thought rook c3 was.
Yeah,
there.
and rook
Yeah.
c3.
And this looks bad, but we've been saying bad for a while now in this game.
Shame. Shame.
But okay, now we're getting to the knockout punch. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Puzzle rush. And queen takes f4, and this is just game over with such a weak king.
Why did you go to h7?
I didn't. It's the stupid program. And me not having a...
Mouse.
Yeah. And
This was nice.
And this is resigns. Thank you. I've been doing my share of puzzle rush.
Yeah, I like queen h6.
I think, yeah, it's a good game by Hampus.
Definitely. What about Martin?
Yeah, what about me?
Soham and Yukstad.
Okay, this is just the same decision we had.
Yeah, but he's thinking because they got more time now.
Oh, actually, maybe they didn't do those moves. Maybe I did. No, but he must have taken at least.
He can't be thinking before taking at least.
No.
That makes no sense. Or what?
No, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a draw.
Definitely.
Neither player can do much. I mean, they can play for tricks.
Was that the only game left? Yeah.
2 minutes down. This is one game Hampus is playing. And
Fischer lost. And the
is
top
Hampus
game?
the only game?
And then Khan, of course.
Khan game is playing and Sørensen is playing.
So 2 Swedes fighting to win.
Yeah, and both of them will probably manage to. But there are only 2 games left actually. Okay, we gotta move.
And we're really quiet now.
Yeah, I
Why
didn't
did he
even
take?
consider this. Why didn't I consider this?
But I
And-
just wanted to take the bishop.
With the knight. And if I take here,
I'm going to take
maybe this even... No, we can.
the queen.
This isn't really what black wanted, right?
It's winning,
What?
isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't even have to take the knight immediately.
But I saw this and you didn't.
No, I didn't. Is it?
What else?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? Okay, I have something.
It's not over.
Oh, you're tricking me. So we need to play
Did he
something
dump?
else?
Was queen h6 just bad?
Go Indian girl.
You're destroying my bet.
It's great.
I think it's just a draw. Rook c3, knight f2.
Go back instead of queen h6.
Without taking on b1, actually we didn't look at all the forks. Like takes a knight e6. Oh, it's just messier than us. Like queen f6 or something.
Yeah, because queen f6, bishop takes, knight takes, and then rook c3. Finally.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not getting tricked in this position.
I'm always tricking. Wow. Yeah, Hampus is not gonna be happy about this.
Sørensen. But okay, it's
This
still...
could easily have been me. I would totally like, oh, rook c3, nice. And then like, oh shit, knight f2.
I already did. I was thinking like this is just winning and then I...
Yeah. How about king g6 was played? I like the move. It's not probably not doing anything, but just saying that you can't do anything either.
Yeah.
I like those moves. And getting out of the pin is not bad.
No, it's in general a good idea.
Yeah.
So do we have anything else to add?
I don't think so. Do you think we should wrap this up?
No, okay, maybe we'll stay a little bit, but it's just... They got more time now, it will take Which game did you like the most?
Oh, right. We had that. I have to.
Hampus was a contender, but I'm not sure he's winning now.
I'm pretty sure he's not. Okay, so for me it's between Kenneskog Siddharth and Blomqvist Stupak, because it actually was a great game by Stupak, even though
Yeah, I agree.
I rooted for Blomqvist. I think I have to go for this game.
Then I'll go for the other one.
Okay.
And you can someone can write in chat what they think.
Yeah.
And they get to decide. The first one to write.
but like if
that's
people,
how democracy works.
If people realize like that we have the game of the day and stuff, they expect to get some kind of prize maybe.
No, but we don't have the game of the day. We have the unofficial stream game of the day.
Yeah.
So it's just a shout out to whoever we thought were doing a good job. So Stupak and Siddharth.
Siddharth has been playing impressively.
Yeah.
He's definitely a contender for Norm.
Like every variation I was suggesting in the analysis, he was like, no, this and this, and it's just winning. And I was like, okay, I can't even argue with that.
Yeah.
Because he was right.
And actually we missed this move, rook c3. He can actually just trade everything and win a pawn. But it's still a draw.
This is a draw.
Yeah.
A theoretical draw even. Is it? No, wait.
Rook b7. And I hardly doubt that black is able to win this. It shouldn't work. No, it can't work.
But it's different. Like, is it easier when the pawn is a b pawn than a pawn?
I don't think it matters here. I'm not sure about king a. What did he play? King h2.
And rook b7.
Yeah, rook b7 looked much better. Because now at least black can try maybe rook e3 or something. But either way, I think it's a draw.
It should be a draw.
Yeah, but I think this is quite an easy draw.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like, okay, I'll just show you why.
But this is actually often a thing I have noticed. So the kids who hasn't played enough, they haven't experienced these theoretical endgames too much, so they haven't studied it. So it might be, now black is going to put some pressure and she's not really sure how to defend.
Yeah.
Because I've lost so many of these endgames that I eventually learned how to not lose them.
There's actually sort of a trap here. Like, let's say you go here.
Check.
Something. Okay, let's say we start with. Okay, I'm trying to show how to make that work. I'm not sure. I want to show. Now you can actually take it, but I just want to show the idea of a trap. And now you can play f3.
And take with the pawn?
And then rook h1. If you take.
Yeah,
with the
that's
pawn.
great because
this is the only trap you can play for, as I can see.
But it's a good trap to mention.
Yeah.
I would have fallen for it in Blitz if I played you, I think. Even though I know it's there.
Yeah, but just keep the king around here, and I don't see how.
Yeah,
black
but
can
in
do
general,
anything.
you don't want to put the king forward because also
you want to stay close.
Exactly, and you don't want to be in the risk of getting some check from the first rank.
I mean, there are some traps. If white were to play g3, then I think it's losing. Because then black will play g5, f4, and then walk with the f pawn, then to f2, and then rook h1.
Why is this arrow there?
I don't know how to get rid of it. There it is. But white should... wait. Okay, if you play f4... Maybe this isn't that clear. No, maybe this is some winning chances actually. Maybe we're not the one who knows our endgames.
No, probably not.
I think like most endgames are very concrete. And I don't know how to... Okay, no, the arrows are gone. I think still black has decent winning chances. Even though it should be a draw.
But we should
But
know
in practice,
this.
So
Can you go with h4 or something?
Okay, let's make a move for black first. Let's say
That's
I go
a good
here.
idea. I play h4.
H4. For a while I will just ignore what you're doing and push my
Yeah, and
pawn.
I'll play h5. No.
H5?
I wanna go rook b7 and then
Rook b7?
yeah. But I still can't do anything. Can you go king g3?
King g3. I will play f4.
Yeah, and I still have the same problem.
What problem?
If I go upwards, you're going to play f3.
But you have to play king h2.
Yeah. And now move the king.
Yeah, and you can never move your king,
It's dead.
which might be a problem.
Maybe this is just one. We are stupid, maybe. I was actually considering because the pawn was already pushed a lot, so it might affect.
Yeah, and this is just winning.
When is Nils? Where is Nils when I need him? He knows this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously white will have to move the rook now, and then black will just walk with his king here and take this pawn and win easily.
Can we find some kind of setup where you prevent this?
I thought it would be an easy draw, but this Sugswang setup.
What did they play? Maybe look
How
at
about
that.
g3 now? I'm getting this position. Rook b7.
Uh-huh.
I'm still not sure if it works, but it's an idea. And why won't the arrow go away?
But still, you can only be with your king on g2 and h2.
Yeah,
So
but what will black play?
start
Is the
to
question.
go forward with the king.
To
So
where?
to c8.
Yeah, move my rook.
And I go to c7.
I keep moving my rook,
And I go forward to c2
and I will check you.
from behind.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you maybe move the pawn one step less so we have somewhere to hide with the king?
Where?
So instead of playing b2 immediately.
I think black should play f4 as quickly as possible, perhaps. No, but then maybe white has time to take it.
Exactly. But I think b3.
Yeah,
And then you said g3.
it's
I
What?
here I think start moving the king.
for king f8.
Yes. And go with the king still. And now you want to threaten to take the pawn, so I have to play b2.
Yeah. And it's the same, right?
Yeah, and then it should be a draw.
I don't like looking at rook endgames when I'm doing commentary. It feels like people are, at home are judging me. Yeah.
I need the Dovretski's endgame manual here next to me so I can just quickly look everything up.
I think in practical play, black still has decent winning chances.
At least you need to, or black needs to play precise and know what she's doing, which I can go back to, like
What?
when it's a young player, she might not have that much experience with the
He
defending.
just took this one? He went for this? What? All my instincts say this is not good. Like, you can just take this one. There should maybe be something even more brutal, but
I don't get it either.
No, it must be something. No, this is the easiest. No. What am I talking about?
You want to check or what?
I want to play g4. I can't see what's happening if the king takes h4. Maybe
Why
I
complicated? Why not? Yeah, take with the queen.
Okay, that's easy. Yeah. I mean, when you look at the king like this, you want to mate. I don't look at the rook endgame with 2 pawns up. Wait, is it even that horrible? If I play rook b1?
I play rook f5
I play rook b6.
and I'm losing. Almost. Yeah, this is not good.
Isn't it just a draw now?
I'm confused. Go back.
This is all happen. H takes. If it takes rook f5, and that's game over, I think.
Mm.
But rook b1, and I think it's just a draw. What are the Swedish players doing?
Can you... do something smart? Play d4 check now because you're just taking on d3.
It's just a pure draw.
Draw. It's just a draw.
He must have missed rook b1. He must have assumed king takes g4.
But he hasn't played rook b1, so the other guy needs to find it.
I'm pretty sure he will.
But also takes rook f5. You said rook a1.
But is that the draw?
No, I'm not sure, but at least okay.
Yeah,
There should be something more devastating.
but no.
Earlier.
This must be completely over. People are tired. Queen f3 looks like a good, sensible, computer killing move.
But what if you go back?
King h2.
Mm.
Then I will take on g3. And you can resign.
Queen takes.
Queen e2.
Uh-huh.
And the rook will come down.
What a smart player. So good.
But okay, he must remove the rook somewhere. But it just feels over. Yeah, he played rook b1. Wow.
Can. He cannot.
What happened here?
You didn't even laugh at my joke.
I didn't hear, sorry.
No, doesn't matter. How did it trade all these pawns? And why is the rook on c3?
I don't know.
This is even more a draw now. Right.
Is it? Why is it a draw?
How will you push the pawn?
Rook c2, b2.
Yeah, but how do you get further than that? If I don't...
Where do you go with the king? I mean, okay, you
forwards,
have to go to g3,
yeah.
b2.
King f4.
King f4. I walk.
King e5.
Rook f2. Feels like the grandmaster will play this.
I don't know, king d6.
I don't want to play king d8. Let's say rook e2.
Ah. So now I need... Oh, you're just an idiot. Sorry.
What?
You're really annoying. Okay, go back one move. I play king
No, but
e5.
this doesn't work. You have perpetual check here.
Aha! I cheated you.
I cheated myself.
True, but it counts.
King f4. Can you just brutally go with your king? That's not fair.
I go
Maybe you just can.
king f6.
King f6. And this is just a draw now, right?
Rook b3.
Yeah.
And now I think you will have a hard time winning.
I'm having a hard time making a draw here. Seriously, need to be careful not to lose this. No, but okay, it's just a draw actually. You're
So
right.
both games are drawn. Very disappointing.
And both of them must have been completely winning.
Yeah. Very disappointing. I'm a little bit disappointed in the Swedish players because we really want them to do well in this tournament and they never do.
I'm thinking which Swedish players have been very successful in this tournament. I think Philip Lindgren played well a few years ago. Eric has played very well. He shared a win 1 year.
It's true. But I mean the guys who are supposed to make
Yeah.
norms.
Yeah. Which Swedish players have been playing well? Jungmin is the one who is impressing.
Yeah, okay. But last year he did not very well, but in this tournament he's doing
Yeah.
until now good. Should we take a quick look at the... No. Why?
What did I play? Rook F3.
Aha.
Do you understand what his plan is?
He might want to make a check on g4.
And then what? Isn't this an easy draw even without this pawn on a5?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I don't know anything. No, I know this should be a draw.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, definitely. So, game of the round goes to Siddharth and Stupak for beating Swedish players. Yeah, not a great round for the Swedish players, but we'll be back tomorrow and there's another double round. Yay!
Yay, yes. No,
starting
it's actually...
Starting at 10.
I'm enjoying commentating. It's just...
I'm just tired.
We have done it for, I don't know, 10 hours today or something.
Yeah. And...
We also fighting.
Yeah.
But it will be very exciting to follow the players tomorrow. So, double
Definitely.
rounds, double fun.
Yeah.
And thank you to the sponsors.
Yeah.
Data
Thanks
Response.
Yeah. For giving us the opportunity to have this tournament in Sweden.
Exactly. And it's good for the Swedish players to be challenged.
Yeah, and they definitely are challenged.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
I think
thank you
we'll
for
call
today.
it a day, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow at 10 or 10:30 when we'll start.
Yeah, we'll start at 10:30, I think.
Yes.
Okay, see you.